You ever had a premonition?
Do you count deja vu? The feeling of deja vu?
No, premonition is having a sense of something before it happens, not the idea of experiencing something you already experienced.
Let's just go with no.
Okay. Never got a bad feeling about this, or I got a good feeling about this. Surely at some point in your life you said, I knew that was going to happen. I told you that was going to happen.
Yes, but it's not anything significant. Let's say someone was sitting dangerously close to the edge of on a shelf, and I was like, I need to move that. I'm going to end up knocking it down. And then when I do, but that's not a premonition. Mm-hmm. So I don't think I have experienced whatever you're saying.
But you have some sort of interest in horoscopes and cosmic alignment and energies and crystals.
What about it?
I'm just getting a gauge.
I didn't say I didn't believe in it. I said I don't have any premonitions.
Okay. Do you have anything that's springing to mind right now about prognosticators or people that you think are, I don't know, supernaturally gifted or tapped into that kind of stuff?
Do I know any?
Yeah.
In real life?
Or, I don't know, somebody who exists in the world that I might not know about, like Madame something.
Why are we talking about premonitions and stuff?
That plays into the movie somewhat.
What do you mean?
Like the
Who has premonitions?
Doper's ESP and stuff like that.
Okay, I guess.
The whole Ouija board, all that stuff.
Okay.
What are you talking about? What does it have to do with it?
Please. Forgot about Doper's ESP.
Black and white. Black and white.
Welcome to Black and White Movie Night.
I'm Black.
I'm White.
And welcome to January. So our theme for this month.
His favorite movies.
Part 1. I'm sure we'll do this sometime again. Like, how can you pick just a few favorites? Mm-hmm. I don't know how it's possible. It's not possible.
I think any critical scale is generally considered to be arbitrary and subjective. This week's movie is
Inherent Vice from 2014.
So this may not come as a surprise at this point. This was one of my selections for the favorites month.
Take a guess at what I wrote after we finished watching it the first time.
Bad movie. Just bad. Not interesting. Bad characters. Wouldn't happen. I wouldn't be involved.
I would rather watch Lord of the Rings Fellowship. Is that the first one? Mm-hmm. Director's cut 3 times in a row than watch this movie again. I was so upset.
Yeah, you were having a grump attack.
I don't remember being grumpy before the movie started. I'll tell you that much. But I will say, I've rewatched it. And it has a high rewatch value. Like, I still need to watch it more times to get my mind around everything.
Yeah, I said immediately, too, because you were very visibly bothered by the movie throughout and pausing and hemming and hawing and sighing loudly at how much time was left
my
in
God.
it.
It felt like it went on for hours. It felt like the longest movie. Oh my God. The first time.
But I said immediately afterwards too that being tasked with trying to watch this movie specifically and take notes and keep track of things is definitively the worst way to try to watch it or observe it in any capacity. So it was a very big miscalculation.
Yeah, I was treating it like a movie I've seen before. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm actually bothered at myself for
letting
not,
me.
for not recognizing that. Mm-hmm. But I guess it's also just because I've already seen it enough times. And even still, I have more notes on this, I think, than anything else that we've done. And that was even getting to points where I was like, I need to give it a rest on taking notes.
Yeah.
Try to rely on my ability to recall stuff about it.
I am glad I gave it another shot. But I only did that because the only thing I liked from it the first time around was, I guess it's not technically the first scene, but when Shasta comes back into his apartment and when he walks her to his car. Anyway, I was just trying to write notes and I was like, I need to see these again. And then once I watched them, I was like, oh, wait, I just noticed this. This is okay. But yeah.
It's a very densely packed.
Yes, I was so upset the first time because I felt like it was a meandering storyline. Like it still has that, but now that
once you start ironing out all the details and putting everything into place, you realize how airtight the story.
Well, no,
is.
I believe you, but you're still gonna have to hold my hand. I have so many questions. So no, that's not what kept me going the second time. The second time is me seeing how much, you could say this about any movie, but I really mean it in this one, how much it's about relationships. Like it's not, it just happens to be a detective story.
Mm-hmm.
So after I got that sorted in my head, I was like, okay. I know that sounds stupid, but
no.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a lot of that, and it does a lot of the shorthand. There is an assumed familiarity between him and all the other characters that he interacts with.
Okay, well, this is heading into some things I want to ask you. So before we keep going, first we're going to do, you know how like a 6 or 7 word synopsis of the movie?
Okay.
Okay. So if you were trying to convince somebody to see this movie, what's the synopsis you would use? You need an example?
Paranoid, pothead, private detective solves a mystery.
Okay, that's 7. Cool. Okay, so the one I would use to get somebody to see it isn't that great, but a half-baked investigator searches for ex-girlfriend. And yes, I'm counting ex-girlfriend and half-baked as one. Just compound word counts as one word. All right, so what about a bad synopsis? Or you're trying to tell somebody not to waste their time. What synopsis would you give it then?
See, I have difficulty with this premise.
Why? Okay,
I think I've already expressed to you. Okay, go ahead.
Hippies doing hippie things with dirty feet. That doesn't sound interesting to anybody at all. That would dissuade them.
In this situation, I'm trying to discourage somebody that I know is not going to like the movie if they do watch it. Because this is what I don't understand. You're saying that I'm trying to accept.
I wish I could remember what you say to me when you tell me I'm asking too many questions. Just answer the question and stop getting details. That's what you're doing right now.
No, but this is simple because you came up with this.
Okay.
Because why would I be trying to talk somebody out of seeing a movie that I think is good?
Can you pretend like
that they won't?
Can you
like
pretend like it's a compulsion for you? You can't help yourself. Like you always try to talk people out of going to see movies. Can you do that? If that's the premise, can you work with that?
I wouldn't be in this situation.
What would
wouldn't be.
What would the synopsis be? 7 or less words. Please, you heard how dumb mine was. Like that. That's not interesting. Make it sound as least interesting as you can.
As uninteresting as I can.
Yes. Okay.
I have difficulty with it because it feels like.
What?
It feels like lying.
Oh.
I mean, It feels akin to it, like trying to reformat it.
This is interesting. This feels like lying and not like a game.
Like I don't want to say something bad about it.
Why?
I guess is more so what it is.
Who are you gonna get in trouble by? Or you mean in your soul it wouldn't sit right with you?
Okay, here's what I'll say. Most people will not like this movie.
You went all generic. Fine. We'll work on this. I'm gonna work on you off air.
But I feel that is generally true. I feel like a lot of people have difficulty with this movie.
Did it get a big release?
It did, but it went largely unnoticed by the movie-going public, I would say.
Well, I went to Reddit after you made me watch this because I was like, I can't be the only person who thinks this movie is fucking garbage. Like, I can't. I was so upset. And I feel like every thread I went on about it, not that there were many, I feel like they were half and half. And a lot of people were saying, what movie is this? I've never heard of this. And every year there were just people asking questions like, they have a stat cast. Why haven't I heard about this movie? There were many people who said they didn't even finish it. And then there were some people who were like, once you realize what kind of movie you're watching, it was split.
It's definitely a movie, and I feel like I've even said this in the past, but it's been a long time since it came out, and it's had been a long time since I watched it.
Mm-hmm.
It is a movie that you do the first time,
Either
because
like it or
it's
not.
so intricate, you do just need to let it wash over you.
I think that's
and
what
you
the
will
person was
either
saying.
get tuned into the frequency of the movie,
Mm-hmm.
and like you said, it has a very high rewatch value because it is so meticulously put together, like pretty much all of Paul Thomas Anderson's movies are.
But this is based on a book.
It is.
Okay, we'll get to that. Keep going. I'm sorry.
That it's just rich. Every scene stands alone, and it's also, I guess pun intended, a smokescreen style of presentation, because the characters and what's going on in the scenes are often distracting from the fact that it is very competently spelling out what the story is and who the people are and what's happening. But you're distracted by Aunt Reet putting on the makeup all over her face, and she's a character, and you only get her for that one scene on the phone when Doc's talking to her, and she's like, oh, I got a live one tonight. I just fucked up my face.
I had a question. Is she a clown? What does she mean she fucked up her face? That's not an accident putting on clown makeup.
That's the whole thing, is that alone is so rich, and there's something else. There's a whole world going on.
Yeah.
For her.
I like
in
that
little interaction.
Oh, that's so good.
That
Ooh.
you get so caught up in that you don't realize how directly they're talking about everything in the story. Mickey Wolfman, the real estate, the Channelview Estates, like, what do you know about him? And him being he's constantly smoking joints and roaming around in a way that you think is like an aimless stoner pothead kind of guy, but he is very much investigating this mystery and solving it throughout the movie, and navigating this very tangled web of people and connecting the dots in a way to where by the time it's crescendoing into the climactic action, the first time watching it, you were like, what the fuck is this movie, when he has a gun and suddenly he's shooting somebody?
Yeah, it turned serious fast.
Yeah.
The mystery keeps getting bigger, and I was like, okay, fine, what the fuck ever. But then when it ends, I don't get a real closure, or maybe it's just a bunch of stuff I miss.
Yes, because we're conditioned for the big payoff ending and redemption and seeing like the bad guy go down, but you just see some guys that are more or less only freshly introduced right before they're dispatched, but they're just representative of the problems as a whole.
Who?
Like Puck Beaverton and Adrian Prussia, the two man who gets clobbered with the...
yeah. What about them? I only saw them...
I'm saying, as moviegoers or movie-going public, you're kind of conditioned to see like the bad guy shown at the beginning, and like, oh, I can't wait till he gets the bad guy.
Okay.
And this doesn't have that traditional payoff. It's just this big swirling...
Yeah, I don't even know fully why some things happen.
You're going deeper down the rabbit hole until you get to the point where, you know, he's locked up in that room. And you're like, what the hell is going to happen to him? Like, you don't even know who these people are at this point. You just know that something's
that they exist.
Bad and off.
Well, we do know their names.
Yeah. They mention in the movie him and Shasta Faye having their own karmic thermals that weave into. And this movie has its own kind of thermal current that you get sucked into, and it's just like a rich world, and any direction you go in, there's more to explore.
I was going to ask you, why is this one of your favorites? But this whole time you've been talking like all you've been doing is giving all the reasons why this is your favorite. But I also wanted to try something called Like, Love, Hate, and Can't Believe. One thing you like about the movie, one thing you love about the movie, one thing you hate about the movie. And like, I know you're going to have difficulty. Please, you can replace it with least like for you since you're so crazy. And then Can't Believe. But Can't Believe can be in one way or another. It can be that you weren't able to suspend disbelief about this thing in the movie, or you can't believe it was included in the movie. Like, it's so outrageous. Like, or how did they get away with this? Does that make sense, sort of? Like, for me, my Can't Believe.
Okay. Yeah, you go first.
Okay.
How about that?
So I like I said, the rewatch value and how it started out as one thing and turned to another. So awesome. I love the costumes. Catherine Waterston, when she first comes in, wasn't alive in the 70s, but when I imagine a 70s woman, she nailed the look in that scene. Oh my God. I didn't even recognize her at first from Slow Horses, or maybe just her face was fuller. Anyway, she looked so gorgeous in that shot. Also, Hong Chow. Dang. Sorry. I practiced and it slipped my mind. Jade. She looks amazing as well. I just saw a clip with her. She didn't even look like... Well, I know it was 11 years ago, but still.
It feels very
Watchmen,
much authentically of the era.
Yes.
Like it could have been released in 1970.
Yeah, Reese Witherspoon looked good. Joaquin, I only didn't buy Josh Brolin, maybe because I've been seeing him in... I feel like we've seen him in a lot of stuff lately. Or am I just making that up?
Weapons, Running Man.
Yeah, see, it's just that. But everybody else, I was like, this feels so 70s to me. Whatever that feels like. Good job. Yeah. Makeup and wardrobe.
Benicio del Toro.
Yeah. Okay, that was like... No, that was Like and Love. Hate. That fucking disgusting scene between Doc when he meets Hope and she's recounting how her and Coy met.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, disgusting. That upset me the first time around.
The meat squalid.
Yeah, gross. And then I can't believe that they made Sword Liege like this omniscient narrator. That bothered. Not a lot the first time it did, but it's okay now because she's spiritual and she's in tune, so maybe she is the right person to tell this story. But yeah, at first I couldn't believe they would make her the narrator.
So I had a mind to... Because after seeing the movie when it was in theaters a few times, I got the audiobook because I had read something about it being a superlative example of an audiobook. And it's read by...
So you did do the whole thing? You did listen to the whole thing?
No, I had a mind to listen to it again. I had listened to it back
Years
when
ago.
the movie first came out. I listened to it twice. And I don't remember much about it, honestly, because it's superseded by the movie. I had half a mind to go back and listen to it, but then I didn't want to be caught in it like, well, also in the book, it's a little bit different like this, or like this part. Is
you don't trust yourself to not act like that?
I just didn't think it would add any value to discussing the movie. Beyond what I do remember from it is that I could not believe how much the movie nailed the book.
Really?
As far as the tone, just the temperament, everything about it felt authentic the way the book did. Like listening to the book, it felt like such an extension of it, even down to the way the guy read the book. I don't know. And it was weird too, because the guy who read the audiobook is named Ron McClarty.
Okay.
Who I remember randomly hearing about like 20 years ago because he got a book published based on Stephen King, like stumbling across it. I can't remember. It was something about, the book was about running. I don't remember the title of it even, but I remember the guy's name. So when I got the audiobook and I was like, Ron McClarty, I was like, I know that name. why is this guy reading somebody else's audiobook? But he does a tremendous
does it.
job. Yeah. I mean, he sounds like, disaffected stoner, like,
Does he?
Doc went out to the day.
Well, I like Sortlege's voice in this.
So this is one thing I do remember. Sortilege is a character in the book. She's not a narrator or an omniscient of any sort.
Okay.
So that was a decision.
That was a choice.
To, I guess, make the story more intelligible, which I feel like she does a good job of.
I still will say the first time around, I did not appreciate it. I was just like, who was talking to me and why? Because they even show her face talking.
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway, it bothered me. So now when I watched it the second time, yes, her voiceover does help you understand things. But again, I'm going to have to watch it again and again.
Yeah,
which is it's sort of bothering me because it's not like I'm crazy about this movie, but I see that there's stuff there to be gleaned.
And she also exudes that era of like a hippie chick.
Yeah, she's very nurturing.
So she's a musician.
I think you mentioned that. Like, I love the relationship that she has with Doc.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like if I had somebody that nurturing in my life, I would just.
She's like Buffy.
Well, you know Buffy better than I do, but
I don't know. I probably know her about as well.
That's not true. That's not true. You've known her for years and years.
Yes, but
I mean, like a close friend that was that nurturing. I don't know how I would.
But that's what I feel
with
like.
It around.
Even with you could categorize it as superficially as I know Buffy. I do feel that odd, like, deepness of connection anytime I interact with her. Like, there's.
she knows stuff.
And she's also not like coming to you with any stupid bullshit. I feel like there is I don't know. She has that undercurrent of, what you think of traditionally as like a hippie dippy. That I feel like that's diminutive, and that's not how I mean it. But
I thought you meant it how Shasta meant it. She's like Sortilege. She just knows things.
Yes, yeah. Just she is. What does it say on her card? She says like a cosmic being or something like that. I don't remember. Something better than that.
What Shasta says?
No, on Buffy's card.
Oh, I don't remember. It
says
that.
like
Sorry.
cosmic creature or something like that.
I can't remember. So this is written by
Paul Thomas Anderson.
Oh, he wrote.
You're talking about the book?
Yeah.
Oh, the book is Thomas Pynchon.
Okay. And they didn't work together? Do you know? Some authors would be like, here, do what you do, maybe. And some would be like, I'm helping with this if they get the pleasure.
Thomas Pynchon is a famously reclusive author who doesn't, there's like no pictures of him from the last 60 years or something crazy like that. I think
that's strange. Well, is it part of a religion or something? Like, what's the...
No, he's just...
Can't be bothered with the world.
No, I mean, he was probably tapped into that vein of like anti-establishment kind of, renegade beat writers. Mm-hmm. He's off the grid, like probably a generally maybe paranoid kind of guy who is skeptical of, government and stuff like that.
Well, I will say I feel like it showed more of the bad sides of the hippie culture and not the side that was environmentalist. And
it's definitely giving you it's playing off the stereotype.
Yes, hard though.
And that's what keeps
There's not even a balanced view, I feel like.
That's what keeps you off kilter throughout the movie too, is because it's almost like he's Bugs Bunny or something, kind of going through these wacky. I mean, it reaches the fever pitch whenever he goes into the Golden Fang building, the dentist's office,
actual Fang.
Yeah,
that was something I didn't notice till the second time around. First time I was like, "What a fucking ugly building." But then I was like, "Oh, it's a Fang."
Yeah, like Dinas comes back in with the steering wheel, and he's like, "Dinas." And he's like, I don't know how to drive. And he's like, Dinas, what happened? He's like, I didn't know how to drive.
What was that? Strange, but not important. I don't know, but it added to the life of the movie, though. I didn't mean to say not important.
But that's also kind of the Bigfoot character, Josh Brolin's character.
I have
him
so many questions about his relationship
being
with
the hippie hating. Yes, it is that split, but he's supposed to be showing like the straight culture. Like you understand the idea of like the hippies being counterculture
yes
versus the straight like conformist living
yes.
is kind of what they were against. Is like, you know, you're controlled by the government and by products and corporatism and capitalism, all that shit, versus everything should be free and peace and love, man.
Okay, so you're like love, hate, can't believe.
I like that it's kind of off-putting to people, that it is kind of, damn it, I had a better word for it before. Like the movie.
How do you say self-excluding, but in a good way? That's not what the word you're looking for. I thought you were saying the people the movie were for would be the people who would like it. Self-selecting. Never mind. I thought that's what you're going for.
Yeah. I guess just the fact that most people wouldn't like it.
And why do you like that?
I don't know. I guess it is that idea of it being special where you read it and understand it and get a lot from it, and other people just write it off and it's meaningless to them. Like that's kind of one of the big things that I enjoy about you.
Oh no, what?
I think I said this before when we were talking about something else, is that people try to present you with stuff that they love
you said
and try to package it like, this is the greatest thing, you're going to love this. And because it means nothing to you and you have no investment in it whatsoever, it's so easy for you to just let them hit a brick wall in seeing how unaffected you are by their enthusiasm.
When I asked you about this, did you give me an example?
I can't think of a good one.
See,
it's
so
everything. Anytime somebody tries to tell you about how great something is.
Like what? I feel like
just
who have I done that with
my parents
friends?
Like trying to give you a pretzel and being like, you'll love this.
Right.
But you don't like pretzels.
I don't. Mm-mm.
And no amount of them insisting on it is going to make you like it.
Good example. Okay. I understand now. I was like, I don't think I do that, but I guess I do that all the time.
But I would never insist to somebody that this movie is great and they would like it.
Okay. I don't think you do that, though.
I would
talked about this. You understand their taste.
Yeah.
Okay. Question. How did you think I would feel about this?
I think you would have had a better first
impression
read on it.
If I wasn't taking notes?
Yes. And I take all responsibility and culpability for that.
Okay.
That was very foolish of me. But I was absorbed in writing my notes and scribbling down everything that I wanted to talk about.
So you like that? Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I did envision, especially with the way that you're reacting to it, that this entire discussion was going to be me trying to defend my position on why I think it's a good movie.
That was absolutely the way it was going to go if I would not have watched it again. And I'm telling you, the only thing that saved me was it the very next day? I said I needed to watch the opening scene. And I decided I wanted to keep going. Yeah. If the opening scene wouldn't have not touched me, that's not the right word. I don't get touched by emotional scenes. So I do, but this wasn't like that. This scene just did something for me. Like I believed he loved her, like from jump. He walks her out to the car and she's leaving, but he still has his hand on her car. I'm probably reading so much into this. I feel like he just had to touch whatever he could that was closest to her.
I'm sure they excruciatingly thought of every movement and gesture. Like a lot of the scenes and a lot of the takes are a lot of drawn out conversations and extended takes. There isn't a lot of cross cutting. It's
I always
a lot
feel
of
like
the
I'm
camera
there with
movements
them.
are very subtle, like pulling slowly in or out on people.
Yeah. I appreciated the camera work. Okay. So you liked that
Inaccessible. That's the word I was looking for.
inaccessible.
Yeah.
Look at what a snob. Okay, and you and you love. Just pick one thing. You know we're going to talk about this for a while.
I love the score and the
Okay.
soundtrack. I think contributes a lot to the atmosphere of
It
the
does.
movie.
I had one little nitpick with it though at one scene. And hate. And remember, for you, it can be like the least since you clearly like everything.
I hate that it's not longer because I could have
What?
just sat
I did want to know where they were
watching
going.
more. I could have watched
Really?
more of it.
Okay. I have to think about that.
Because again, there's no way there isn't stuff that was cut out or left out.
Did you watch any of the extra stuff?
I don't think any of that supplemental stuff is deleted scenes or anything like that.
The way earlier when you said anytime we cut to another character, like you said something about they have a full life as well.
Yeah, there is a completely rich, detailed
Yes.
background. There's a whole world
Yes.
in their character, even like with Aunt Reet, that you can tell there's a whole other world going on there.
Bigfoot's him and his
it's just-
wife.
Yes.
Can't believe. Like either like how they pull something off or can't believe that included it because you couldn't suspend disbelief.
I can't believe how perfectly implemented Martin Short is in the movie.
Really?
Because he comes in so late and it's in just one big blowout, extremely wacky scene. And I feel like he is a comedic force that hasn't had a lot of good vessels.
Okay, to show off his talent? Really?
Like, what's the biggest Martin Short movie that you could name?
I can't. I only know him from Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah, so that's probably become maybe the most substantial project of his career, but everybody knows him. I feel like most everybody has a good estimation of him.
Yeah, like why do I know him? I knew him before Only Murders in the Building, but I couldn't tell you anything I saw him in. Like I just
and
knew
he's
him. Strange.
so great, and I feel like he is perfectly implemented in this movie
This
in a
role-
big short burst.
Uh-huh.
That it's so cartoonish and so over the top. I don't know anybody else that could have been
Pulled it off.
in that role and pulled it off as successfully. And especially because his character is like this coked up, drugged up dentist. And for as zany as he's always been, I don't ever think of him as being like a drug guy or doing drug humor or anything like that. And he just comes in and knocks it out of the park. He's like, hey, what'd you just put under Doc's seat? He's like, don't worry about that. Wouldn't want anybody getting paranoid.
Written by and directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, you said. Anything you want to add before we move on to the stars? Anything about Paul Thomas Anderson that you'd like to get out there?
You know, he did One Battle After Another.
Yes.
You know that is also loosely based on another
Yes, you told me
Thomas
that.
Pynchon
Yeah.
novel.
So yeah, when I saw that he had did One Battle After Another, I was like, yeah, okay, fine. And then, although I haven't seen many of his other things, if anything else, I know that they exist. Like they've been talked about so much. So I was like, okay, I'm missing something. At least I wanted to give him another chance. And not that I think, I don't know, just the fact that I knew his movies without knowing him.
Yeah, that has an impact.
Okay.
Like, if you haven't seen many Scorsese movies, but you still know of them.
Yes.
And know.
Right. So I was like, okay, I'm check this out again. So that helped once I looked them up.
Like, what Scorsese movies do you think you've seen?
Don't make me embarrass myself. He didn't do Irishman.
He did.
Irishman.
He did.
Okay.
See, I would think that you've probably only seen late career of his stuff. Did you see even Goodfellas or
I have, well,
Taxi Driver,
listen,
Raging Bull?
no. I have a memory that I've seen Goodfellas, but I could be making this. Is this Joe Pesci? Does somebody die in the desert or get buried in the desert?
Yeah.
I've seen
Casino.
this. I've seen that too.
Casino.
I don't know why. Did you make me watch that?
But even in his filmography, I have a bunch of big blind spots. I mean, any major director that's from that era, which Paul Thomas Anderson has a fascination with the
era.
70s.
Okay.
He did Boogie Nights was set in that era as well.
Which has been on my list to watch for
Oh, really?
ever.
Well,
Still haven't gotten around
They
to
just
it.
released it in 4K. Magnolia, I tried to get you to watch. That's not set in the 70s, but
I don't remember. What is it about, right quick? You can't.
there isn't a quick way to explain it.
You are having trouble with giving
You
synopsis.
watch the first hour of it. It's a bunch of interweaving stories.
I watched the first hour of Magnolia, and you can't tell me what it was about.
I can't watch this anymore.
Was I sleepy?
Making me sleepy.
I can't imagine what this movie
Got
was.
Tom Cruise in it, playing a motivational speaker, like a misogynist motivational speaker.
What? Brendan, this sounds insane. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's starring Joaquin Phoenix as Larry Doc Sportello. And I want to say they did fool me at first. I thought he was a doctor. I was like, oh, he doesn't look as polished as a doctor in my mind would be. But okay, fine. They're calling him Doc. No.
He works at a doctor's office.
Yes, which that's helped. Like, I didn't know until after that part that when Chalky visits. What's his name in here? I don't know.
Tariq Khalil.
Tariq. So starring Joaquin Phoenix. I do want to say, when I looked it up on Reddit to make sure I wasn't the only person in the world who hated this movie, the person was like, anytime I see Joaquin Phoenix in something that's a hard no for me, he always plays himself. And I was just like, wow, maybe I'm just not familiar with this catalog, but I feel this and Joker were two separate, very different performances.
Wildly different.
Yeah. So that shocked me. Josh Brolin is Bigfoot. Catherine Waterston is Shasta Faye Hepworth. Owen Wilson is Coy. Anybody else you want to call out? Reese Witherspoon is Penny. Hong Chow.
Mickey Wolfman is played by Eric Roberts.
Mm-hmm.
Michael K. Williamson is Tariq Khalil.
Oh, yes.
I mean, there's a bunch of other character actors.
Oh,
in it
yeah,
too.
from Veep.
Timothy Simons, from Veep.
I knew his partner, too, but I can't place from where.
Oh, yeah? Oh, I'm not sure who that was. His name's escaping me, but the guy who plays Crocker Fenway, I know that actor.
Oh, yeah?
Thinking of names that I know are the wrong ones. I don't want to say. Oh, Benicio del Toro.
Oh, yeah. Duh.
Jesus Christ.
It's funny. And we already said Martin Short.
Mm-hmm.
All right, ready to jump into the plot?
Yeah. I mean,
Let me say that regular. I don't know why I said it like that. You ready to jump into the plot?
No, I'd rather jump into the plot. We start on Gordita Beach. It's 1970.
Mm-hmm.
The opening shot is a beautiful shot between two
Beach houses. Yeah.
Looking out between them to the ocean.
And I don't care about the ocean. I was like, I like that shot.
Yeah.
I'm not an ocean person.
It's the same, like
big.
that, like hippie surfer culture too. Is
Yeah, they know
another
the vibe.
subset. Yeah. It's Sortilege doing the voiceover intro right from Get. Talking about Shasta Faye showing up like she always did, coming up the back stairs.
Flower print bikini, recounting what Shasta used to wear. And I appreciated this the second time around because the movie ends. Well, when she pops back up in a Doc's life, she has on the original thing that was being described. And what she has on now is something she said she would never wear.
Flatland gear.
There you go. Yeah.
Do you remember having to read Flatland in school?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I think we talked about this before
Absolutely.
too.
Brendan, what? What age are you when you supposed to read this?
It was in, I guess, geometry.
We read a book in geometry.
Yeah, it was called Flatland. It was all about shapes.
Oh,
The characters were all shapes,
this
circles and squares.
Almost a memory. I
triangles.
think I'm making this up. I'm making this up.
It's a real short book, real thin. But yeah, I'm guessing, I could be wrong, that saying Flatland gear was referential to that book.
Okay. It came out
because everything
then?
is a two-dimensional shape. So Flatland gear would be like straight people, flat squares.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
That's neat. If you're correct, which you can be.
Is that you, Shasta?
Yeah, she says, psst. And then he looks.
Doc's laying down on the couch, smoking a joint, looking out the window.
Mm-hmm.
He looks over. Is that you, Shasta? And she says, thinks he's hallucinating.
Yeah.
Because of how she's dressed.
Okay.
And he sits up.
And he was like,
Um,
just a new package.
Yeah, it's a new package, I guess. And I need your help, Doc. Yeah, she talks about having to take the long way to get there. He's like, oh, somebody keeping a close eye? And the Inquisition's happening because he sort of lets us know he hasn't seen her in over a year.
Oh, was it? Oh, she did give a specific time frame. Okay.
What's the most you think you've changed in a year? That you would pop back into somebody's life and they'd be like, huh? And sit up and...
He wasn't expecting to see her. That was the confusion. Not that he didn't know who she was.
Yeah, but also being thrown by the get up.
Yeah, but it's not like he didn't recognize her for real.
What's the most you've changed?
I don't know how to answer that.
Have you ever had that mindset of like, wait till they see how much I've changed with anybody?
No, that's never been a thing.
Did you ever entertain the fantasy of that?
No.
With
Mm-mm.
Never once in your life?
No.
Like when you were working out a lot and...
When I was working out a lot?
Flexing in the mirror.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
But no. Never had that fantasy. That one didn't happen to me.
So Doc's grilling her because of how she looks different and saying, no, she's talking about somebody being in danger and saying that it's somebody that she is involved with is the implication. He's like, oh, is this a gentleman of the straight world persuasion?
That means straight sexually? Oh no, straight like not
world,
hippie.
Like business world.
I was going to say,
yes.
why would he say that? So, okay, thank you for clearing it up.
He says straight world.
I know, but straight world to me is just not a term that I feel like straight as in sexuality was the first one that came. I was like, what in the hell is he talking about?
That's another strength of the movie to me is that it also doesn't waste any time over explaining anything. It's like just
not at all.
Either
you believe it or you don't.
Look it up later, or
I
just
would say
accept it
that.
on its own terms and like keep moving forward with it, or you're gonna get
Mm-hmm.
lost. And there's also this fixation with them with the rent. That's another theme, and not a theme, but that's comes up over and over again in the movie. Is this fixation on rent? He says, "How much of your rent is he picking up?"
Yeah, she says all of it. Give me some more rent talk that happens. You said it's a theme throughout. What else are you talking about? Who else mentions rent?
Like at the end when he's talking with Crocker Fenway, and he says, "Name a price." He's like, "How much would I have to save for you to not lose respect for me?" He said, "People like you lose all respect the first time you pay rent."
What does that mean?
It's just saying you're paying somebody else, like you're having to pay somebody else to live.
Okay.
Like you are.
Renting was looked down upon?
Huh? Yeah.
Renting was looked down upon in the 70s?
No, I just think it's a way of keeping
him in his
people
place.
Subservient.
Okay.
You don't think so?
No. What? Him saying it?
And think of the idea of it's also all throughout the idea of Mickey Wolfman being a real estate mogul and his whole
Taking
idea
over
of giving
neighborhoods.
away his fortune. And
Subservient didn't enter my mind.
when he's saying like, I was making people pay for where they lived.
shelter.
For shelter. And I didn't realize it was supposed to be free.
Right. But again, that wasn't subservient to me. That was them being greedy.
Yes, but it's about keeping people under
Okay.
you.
Your interpretation. I got it. I heard you.
Okay.
So it comes out that she's been dating Mickey Wolfman,
Mm-hmm.
a real estate agent. Not agent. Guru.
Yeah,
What do you call him? Real estate? What's the word?
Yeah.
Mogul. Yeah. And so let me get this straight.
Real estate big shot.
Mickey's husband and the Mickey's wife and the wife's boyfriend approached Shasta
Mm-hmm.
to get her help, to get him committed to what are we calling them in the 70s? What she called it? Booby hatch, loony bin. What she called
Booby
it?
hatch, yeah, loony
Okay.
bin,
I just wanna
sanitarium.
Be the level of disrespectful that they
wellness center, yeah.
that they are. Yeah, they're trying to get him put in there so they can take his money.
Mm-hmm. And because he was getting caught up in her, like the hippie drug culture and saying that he was going to give everything away.
Okay. I wanted to confirm that. So great. How was she supposed to help? He was just going to be naked and high and she was just going to tell them now's the time, come grab him? Like, what did they need her to do?
Yeah,
And she's acting super paranoid when he was like, where are you living? She was like, I move around. I was like, but you just said the man pay all your rent. So do you move around or do you not? And Bigfoot goes to her, last known house. I don't know. She was acting super paranoid.
That's why it's all wrapped up in the Golden Fang conspiracy.
I tried to make it look like
trafficking,
a rendezvous. I took the back streets here. I'm like, what is going on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll have many more questions as we go along. Go ahead.
He's being bitter. She calls him out for it because he's saying, well, I assume you're giving him IOUs for everything.
Yeah.
She's like, you fucker.
See, okay, so you did think he was being bitter.
She says it.
I know, but he says, I'm just being professional, and I believed him.
Yeah. He said, just being professional is all. And yeah, I even wrote down the note. He's professional. And she says, like, it's not what you think. And he says, thinking comes later.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of almost functions as an instruction to the audience. Like,
oh, that's nice.
think
I
about
like
this
that.
stuff later. Just,
Mm-hmm.
Don't try to keep up. Just let it happen.
Should have listened.
She's heard that he's seeing someone downtown.
A DA, Penny.
Yep.
And
that's Reese Witherspoon.
he mentions that he has a legit office. She was like, I looked it up in the phone book. I almost went there.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Saying that he's got a legitimate office.
Which again, I was like, oh, so he is a doctor. Burgle. She
grabs
says the beer out this time. Does she also get beer out the fridge when she walks in this time?
No.
I know she does it.
He offers her a beer and he gets up.
Burgle.
Yeah.
I love that.
Burgelmeister. Or Bergie. I think it says.
Oh, is it Bergie?
Bergie?
I thought it was Burgle. Because I
think
feel like
it's
nobody
a
ever.
Burgermeister and it says, get me a Bergie. Or time for a Bergie or something on the can. She talks about, no one can know about this or something to that effect. And he says, oh, deaf and dumb per my job.
Mm.
And she says, walk me to my car.
Remind me, how is Penny supposed to help?
She's a junior district attorney, so she's plugged into the courts and would know.
Okay, but nothing has happened. So what does she want help with?
No, she just has connections to the governmental agencies, I guess. She's just like a government contact.
I'm not asking you what Penny does. I'm asking you what Shasta wanted Doc to do.
No, she just said, I heard you're dating some junior DA downtown, finding out, I guess to find out if there's some sort of federal, or maybe if he could alert her,
Okay, that makes more sense.
find out if there's something going on.
Because she does say something directly.
Because they later find out about the FBI's involvement.
Mm-hmm. I have to ask about that too.
Walk me to my car. So they go up, and now, it starts with that outside shot of the water.
Mm-hmm.
Seems pretty tranquil. You get drawn into the inside of Doc's place. It's a very intimate interior setting, and even though they're interacting from across the room, but now they're joined together going up to the surface or to where her car is. And then it does that, like you said.
What?
They interact by the car.
Watch your toes.
Yeah.
She pulls off, but he's still touching her car as she drives off.
Yeah, and then when she drives off, that's when the music kicks in, and then the camera's kind of pulling out, and suddenly you become aware of there's other people moving around on the street, and that kind of uneasy, the music kind of evokes that, and he's looking around, and you start feeling that kind of paranoia that gets induced by her coming back and telling about this problem going on.
So you read it as that was induced by her coming around. I read that as when she's around, that tunes out for him, because we didn't see any of that until she left.
Oh, I didn't think of that. I was thinking it was kind of,
but
after
hey,
drawing
I like
you
both.
in.
This is great. I like both of these.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I didn't have that thought though until I heard you say your thought.
Yeah. So she drives off. I did think it was funny. I'm sure they had an of the era car that she was driving, or her vehicle in particular. Then, I don't know, might have even been an older model. But you could tell it maybe wasn't quite as smooth, because you see her shifting into gear, and there's kind of a little extra beat before she pulls off.
You've watched this too many times. I have not yet noticed that, but now I have to look for it.
Yeah. You'll see. And I mean, she's keeping the countenance on her face doesn't change, but you could tell there's that little just extra. She does a little extra thing with her hand moving.
I have to watch out for
something
that.
around. So then we get, Vitamin C kicks in by Can, and then we get the titles across the entire screen, Inherent Vice, and the electric neon green, neon lighting. Kind of style. And we get more Sortilege VO. Dinas comes in and joins them. They start walking down the steps.
Yeah, go get some
follow
food.
them to the pizzeria. Now, this is something I do remember from the book, is that Pynchon has this penchant for...
Crazy names? What?
Yes, for names and for cultural references and things like that, but also for coming up with fake food and fake restaurants and stuff.
Okay.
Which, I don't know, maybe some of them existed throughout time. I wasn't alive in the 70s, but I don't remember any of the specifics, but you can even see the pizza that they're eating has marshmallows and chocolate and weird shit on it.
I didn't even look.
And
again,
later, whenever he's eating with Sancho, they're ordering a bunch of wacky shit.
Yeah.
So they go to the pizzeria. There's a big group sitting at a table. Sortilege is there.
Yes,
she's talking to Doc.
Yeah.
She's counseling him on what just happened, basically.
What's going to do with his hair?
Yeah. She says, change your hair, change your life.
And he does. Yeah. Well, not change his life, but he changed his hair. What did he get, a perm? What did he... You'll just put in rollers.
Giving himself a perm.
Oh, darn. I forgot what kind of curls those are. Pin curls, maybe he tried to do, because did it look like fabric?
Yeah, he has a bunch of fabric.
Yeah, those are pin curls. I believe that's what they're called.
Okay. But yeah, he's doing it all himself.
Yeah.
And while he's sitting there waiting for his hair to change, he calls Aunt Reet. And this is where we get a bunch of exposition dump, where we're distracted by the fact that Aunt Reed is a great character actress I don't have her name at the ready. It's Jeannie something. I don't remember her last name.
Okay.
You know her from The Night of. She
Yes.
was the DA.
Yeah.
And she's half distracted because she's got a bunch of makeup on her face. She's sitting in front of a vanity mirror and she's bothered by the intrusion of the phone call. And she's like, you got to be quick. I got a live one tonight and I royally fucked up my face.
And we have no idea what she's talking about. A live one what?
Yeah.
And how do you fuck up your face with clown makeup?
And we don't know who she is in relation to him.
He said Aunt Reed.
Yeah, he says Aunt Reed, but
you don't know
could
for
be
real.
like Uncle whoever who's not really your uncle.
We do
you know?
hear that his actual name is Larry now. She calls him Larry.
Mm-hmm. He's asking about Mickey Wolfman. She says he's Jewish, wants to be a Nazi, rolls with a bunch of Aryan Brotherhood bikers, surrounds himself with them all the time. She talks about Channelview Estates, and he says,
He asks about where he could find Mickey Wolfman, right?
He's just asking about Mickey Wolfman. What do you know about Mickey Wolfman?
So yes,
she's like,
it's an
real
answer.
estate big shot.
But he's Jewish, but he wants to be Aryan, hanging out with Nazis.
Jewish, but wants to be a Nazi. Rolls with the Aryan Brotherhood.
And he was
biker
stoned
gang.
out of his fucking mind. What happened then?
And she mentions Channelview Estates, and he's like, is that the one that Bigfoot does the commercials for?
I missed that. Even though I saw Bigfoot, but I thought when he saw that man on the TV, I thought he was hallucinating. Because I missed that part, and we don't know who Bigfoot is yet. I was like, because he says, "What's up, Doc?"
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that's a play on the movie title. Even though Bringing Up
His
Baby was
nickname is
better.
Doc.
Oh, yes, I know, but I didn't know if that was also just
And What's Up, Doc is also what Bugs Bunny says.
okay. And it's also what I said, a movie title.
Yeah.
Screwball. Anyway,
But What's Up, Doc predated the Screwball Barbra Streisand movie, Looney Tunes, by decades.
I haven't disproved or disagreed with anything you said. But I don't remember what I was going to say, though.
They mention it. The commercial doesn't come. He doesn't see the commercial till after they get off the phone.
Correct.
Okay. So then he sees the commercial. Yes, thinks you thought he was hallucinating again.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yes, it does play into that because he starts talking directly to Larry.
Oh, by saying, "What's up, Doc?" Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Does he take the sunglasses off there?
I don't know.
So, yes, get the Channelview Estates. It's Josh Brolin in a ridiculous
Afro wig.
hippie outfit. He's got like the little circle glasses. He's got a peace sign necklace, a vest on, and he's using all of what the perceived hippie stereotypical terminology would be to describe this big real estate venture that's about to open. Channelview Estates. He's like, you know what's groovy? Having your own pad and far out.
Am I crazy, or are they trying to make the aqueduct appealing? Like, surely nobody wants to live near an aqueduct. I'm not crazy, right?
Yes, I think that was part of the joke of it.
I was like, what is going on here? Sorry, I'm slow. I told you I'm going to have a lot of questions.
Yeah, he's doing far out and out of sight. All that verbiage. So then, yes, he addresses him directly, says, "What's up, Doc?" And Doc stares back in like horror and disbelief at the TV screen.
Mm-hmm.
The next morning, we get Doc and Dinas at breakfast. Doc is struggling his way through reading a newspaper article out loud to Dinas about Mickey Wolfman. He's reading it in what I thought was a very funny way and a very legitimate way. He's reading very quickly and just kind of like zizzing through some words and kind of skipping over the
unimportant, what he deems unimportant.
And it's just more stuff reinforcing what Aunt Reed already told him. So already the movie is kind of hammering you with this stuff, but also distracting you with like him seeing the commercial of Bigfoot. And then this waiter comes out and interrupts him. He's like, "Hey, that cop buddy of yours was here looking for you tonight." And he's like, "Bigfoot?" He said, why didn't you just kick my door down like he usually does? He said something about tomorrow's another day. That'd be today, wouldn't it, Doc?
Not if I can help it.
Mm-hmm.
So, any theories about what their past history is? Or did I miss it several times that it was referenced in the movie?
No, it's just...
I'm dying to know what happened between them. Why they know each other.
I think the presumption is private detectives often work with local law enforcement.
And he's just such on the straight and narrow that any hippie bothered his soul.
Yeah, and I think also that there is that.
Actually, he wants to be free.
Yeah. Well, there's also the idea of there is some sort of shared history between them that we don't know.
Absolutely, there is. I wanted to know it so bad. I was like, surely they're going to tell us.
Yeah, and just the idea, I mean, pot was legal or illegal.
Made to look horrible.
Federally.
I don't know. I'm just making that up. Surely there were campaigns against marijuana start even in the 70s, right?
Yeah, I mean, all of this is still in the wake of like the reefer madness
that's
from the 50s
for.
and stuff. So it still carried the heavy stigma, but hippie culture and counterculture and stuff like that, I guess, gave it more of a resurgence or a newfound rise to prominence. I mean, Woodstock was 1969, I think.
Sounds right.
And that was often considered to be the peak of like peace, love, kind of free love culture, whatever. Anti-war protesting, anti-Vietnam, all that stuff. Oh, also in the newspaper, he's mentioning, you see the picture of Mickey and Sloane. So we see what they look like. We see it's Eric Roberts, and I don't remember the actress who plays Sloane. She's nobody that I know from anything else.
Is that it? You just wanted us to show...
No, I'm just...
to remind us that we see their picture already?
Yeah. I see the picture in the paper. Then Doc goes to his office, which we learn is an actual doctor's office.
Uh-huh.
He walks in, he addresses somebody else. He's like, doctor?
And so right now, I still think somebody in a doctor's coat actually addresses him as doctor.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, maybe he is a doctor, but this is strange behavior.
And that is I remember that guy is a bigger character in the book, or he's more than just saying, hello, doctor. It's the Dr. Tube side, but I don't remember anything else besides that. The receptionist is Maya Rudolph, Petunia.
Yes.
Who is
married to Paul Thomas Anderson.
And they also she's the daughter of Minnie Riperton, who's a singer. And they use one of her songs on the soundtrack.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. It's called Flowers.
Okay.
And her name in the movie is Petunia.
Oh, that's cute. So he has a client.
Yeah, he's got a client. This is Tariq Khalil, Chalky.
Yeah.
Michael K. Williamson, a.k.a.
Omar.
Omar.
So he's asking to find this man, Glenn Charlock. What's the last name? Not Charlock.
Yeah, Charlock.
Glenn Charlock. He was locked up with him. Yeah, they did time together.
Yeah.
And he still owes him money.
He's a member of the Aryan Brotherhood.
Yeah, but he's black.
Mm-hmm.
And
No.
What?
He's saying Glenn is a member of the Aryan Brotherhood.
Right, but Chalky's, in case nobody knows who that is, I'm saying Chalky's black. I don't think we said that.
Yes, but he's not saying he himself is part of the Aryan Brotherhood.
I know.
Okay.
But the fact that he's black and this guy he fucked with was in the Aryan Brotherhood, that sounds interesting, no?
Okay.
Which does the doc. He was like, how does that work out? And he was like, we had mutual interests.
Yeah. Doc's taking notes. He's writing down notes.
Thank you. This was a note.
He writes,
not hallucinating?
That's the second note. I think first he writes paranoia alert.
Yes. Even when they show him writing on his whiteboard later, the notes are nonsensical. They do nothing. That he has like the names, Shasta, Mickey, and something else. Like, how is he doing what he's doing without actually taking notes? He's not writing down anything useful. He's just retaining all the information in his head, which you think would be worrisome since your memory's supposed to be bad if you do a lot of weed. So this is just crazy to me.
Yeah, the movie's counting on you to underestimate him
Yes,
at every
yes.
turn. It's
Yes.
it's inviting you to.
I absolutely did. I was like, what the fuck is this? Chicken scratch.
So he explains that Glenn Charlock was working security for Mickey Wolfman. That's why he's writing Paranoia Alert, because he just found out all this
Yes,
shit
it's too
about
many
Mickey Wolfman.
coincidences.
Yes, and now
Which
this other
bothered
guy.
me the first time around. I was like, this is so.
And he says, like, how did you hear about me? He's like, Sledge Poteet. And you see Doc give a knowing look. He's like, far out, blast from the past. Or he says, blast from the past. And that actually, when I listened to Vineland, which is the movie, or excuse me, the book that One Battle After Another is loosely based on,
okay.
which if you heard the book compared to what it is adapted to, it is very loosely, like, Vineland is unintelligible. I don't think you would readily recognize it as the source for One Battle After Another.
Okay.
If you started reading it, you'd be like, what the fuck is this? Anyways, in that, Sledge Poteet is in that book too. So I haven't read a lot of Pynchon books, but I started looking up, and I guess that's something that he does, even in completely unique stories. Sometimes a random side character will, resurface.
Violin is talking about the street name in LA, right? Like it's still based in LA, Violin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wait, I'm making it up. It's Vine. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. He asked what gang he was in when he was in the joint. Black Gorilla Family. I just thought that's another name. I wonder if if it was a real gang. Maybe it was a real LA gang at the time. He talks about how the gang that he rolled with before he went in the joint, the Artesia Crips, said he went out looking for them whenever he got out.
Yeah.
And not only were they not there, he said the whole turf was gone.
Seagulls were pecking and shit.
Mm-hmm. And he sees another sign, coming soon. And he's
Channel View Estates.
Guess who the builder is?
Mm-hmm.
He says,
Mickey
let me
Wolfman.
guess. He's like, Wolfman again. So now, and again, a lot of these cues, the first time, if you're not picking up on all this exposition and all the details that you're being given about the story development, the musical cues do a lot to transition you into what that information being presented to Doc, how you're supposed to feel in response to it. So now Doc is going out to the Channel View Estates.
Well, yes, and this is just one minor thing that bothers me. He's in the car with Sort Leash first, and they're driving, and then the next scene, he's still in the car, and you just I automatically assumed she was in there, just the angle they had shot from, we couldn't see her. Because when he pulled up into the cul-de-sac and, you know, he wakes up wherever he wakes up, I was like, well, what the fuck happened to Sort Leash? So she drops in and out with ease, and I don't know.
The movie does play fast and loose with the time structure as far as like days and nights bleeding into one another, and the overall passage of time is kind of imprecise to the movie's advantage. Like, by the time the movie reaches its end, it could have been weeks, 10 days, like not really sure exactly how much time has elapsed. A lot has happened, and you've gone a long way down a deep rabbit hole. But like at some point midway through, you realize that it's been like when he's interacting with Penny on the bench, she says, have you had any interaction with
within the last week?
Hepworth? Yeah. And he said a few days ago, she called me up.
So Sort Leash is saying how this is an age-old story about people taking over other people's land, and then she eventually gets to making it obvious that Wolfman, what do you call that? Gentrified the area that the Crips were in.
Yeah, she's saying like the sordid history of LA real estate or something like that.
Yeah.
Talking about different areas taken from different tribes and people gaining control. This is where I had the note about the Johnny Greenwood score being so good during this transition of him going to Channel View Estates, of getting that kind of like groovy mystery.
I'll take your word for it. You know, I suck at remembering most songs in a movie.
Yeah, well, this is the score. Yes.
Okay.
So he's driving up towards Channel View Estates. Sortilege is doing the VO. There's like red flags. There's a bunch of red flags oriented towards this main building.
But it's really
which is
bare
like
out there.
the front office or something.
Mhm.
They haven't developed anything yet. This is coming soon. There's a whole gang of bikers driving the opposite direction that Doc's car is going in,
Yes.
away from the office or whatever it is that's set up at the center. And we pull up on Chick Planet Massage. As Doc gets out of the car and is making his way in, we see a bunch of people in the landscape.
Yeah, I was like, what? Is that people moving? And then he turns back around, and so
They're kind of creeping up
Yeah, I
slowly
was like,
towards...
oh God, what has happened? I thought it was police.
Mm-hmm.
So what is this? What kind of service does this place provide?
I'm pretty sure
Do they hunt you or do they not?
Yeah.
You just get to watch people mess around. The lesbian special, what it was called?
Pussy Eater Special.
Yeah, because he was under the impression that he was going to get to join, but no. So you just pay to watch. And then there was one thing on the menu, the last one, I guess it was a real fuck or something.
She says, are you a cop? And he
Right.
says, no. And she says, oh, because if you were, you'd get a free preview of our Pussy Eater Special.
Right.
And he says, what about a licensed PI?
So that was a preview, right?
Yes.
Okay. And he can't
That's why
join in because it's only a preview.
Yes.
Okay.
And when he starts trying to move forward, she's
Yeah.
like, not you, bong brain.
Yeah. Everybody, no matter who they are, has attitude about the hippies. Like, the hippies are beneath them. Everybody has an attitude.
Yeah, except for the other hippies.
Yes,
mostly. Okay, so he walks in and goes up to the counter. We see a door that's painted with a naked woman.
Yes.
There's
the
a
peephole.
little peephole door right where
The
the
vagina
cartoon
is.
vagina is. The pussy peephole door. That opens. We see Jade's face. Then that closes and she comes out the door.
She did so good with this character.
Yeah. Oh, she kills it. She's great.
I felt like that was her real personality, but I just saw a little bit of an interview with her. I was like, oh, that's not.
Mm-mm.
And plus, very different from how she plays on Watchmen.
Mhm.
Anyway, she's good.
Yeah, she was also in Asteroid City.
I saw
which
that, but I
didn't
don't
remember.
I don't know.
And The Whale, which you're supposed to watch. You got a menu visible on the side.
Yeah.
Blowjob $14.95. Pussy Feast $14.95. Old Fashioned Fuck $24.95.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And Two Girl Fuck $48.95. We get that whole interaction of the "Are you a cop?"
Yeah,
He says,
like he just went through.
I'm looking for Glenn Charlock. And she said, oh, yeah, I know Glenn. He eats
comes here-
pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah. They do the Pussy Eater Special preview. She calls Bambi out. So another girl comes out and they go down to the floor behind the counter. We can't see. Doc's leaning over and he's unsure of what to do, uncertain of
He's
his
asking, can he join in?
involvement. Yeah. And then she directs him down.
No. He does this all the
starts
time. He
snooping
just
around. Okay.
wanders off into people's shit all the time. That's his MO. And he passes this shag wall.
Yeah, purple shag carpet wall.
Yeah. And then the hit on his head happened so fast, I had to ask you to rewind it. I just saw him falling back. I guess I must have looked down the right. I was like, what just happened?
Yeah, so he goes past the corner and somebody hits him in the back of the head with a baseball bat. And he, after being struck, kind of half turns and as he's falling and passing out, is like throwing fainted punches towards whoever just attacked him. We don't see at all. We just see the bat swing.
Mm-hmm. He wakes up
on
the ground outside.
Yeah, we see the red flags that are all strung up towards the office overhead. And he's, laying on the desert ground next to
a dead body.
Yeah, a bloody faced, obviously dead person.
And also there are shit ton of cops aiming their guns at him.
Mm-hmm.
What does he say? I'm sure something smart.
Yeah, this is where we really meet Bigfoot.
Mm-hmm.
And Sortilege given the VO. She's like, the hippie-hating mad dog himself, Lieutenant Christian F. Bigfoot Bjornson, SAG member John Wayne Walk, blah, blah, blah. And then he's, saying stuff over the PA. I mean, there's a bunch of squad cars.
It's a lot of police.
Yeah, and they all have their guns drawn towards him. So he's waking up out of a stupor and sitting up, and Bigfoot's saying, "Congratulations, hippie scum, and welcome to a world of inconvenience." This is, I love that line. Welcome to a world of inconvenience. Because that's another thing, too, with the hippie culture is like everything of the straight world is oppressive. Like having to pay taxes or having to pay for anything at all. Like everything is an inconvenience because the world should be
this way,
peaceful and free, and we're all together. So then we get Bigfoot. We're in Bigfoot's office.
Yeah,
Doc is there, and this is where we know they have some sort of relationship going on because you wake up next to a dead body, and then you're just being questioned in an open. So this isn't a closed off office. This is like at Bigfoot's desk,
which is very close to the neighbor's desk,
which is like a big bullpen of a bunch of desks and a bunch of other police officers in a police station. And he's questioning Doc, and he's saying like, "While you were taking one of your naps so essential to the hippie lifestyle," which is another great line. Then he's asking him about Shasta Fe.
Yeah, so through Bigfoot, we learned that the dude he was laying by was Glenn Sherlock, and that Wolfman is missing. Mm-hmm. We don't know Shasta's missing yet because he calls with information, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we don't know about Shasta yet. But right away, something's not right with him. Like when he's, what do you call that, miming sex? He goes on for an uncomfortably long time.
Yeah, he licks his fingers. He does his like forefinger and thumb in a circle, and then is sticking his two fingers in. Yeah,
like something's not right with him.
He's doing a pantomime of intercourse.
And before they can get too much further, I believe Sancho comes in.
Well, yes, but he's also
what? Talking
himself up to Doc. He's saying like,
the
LA Times described me as a Renaissance detective. Yeah. And he's like, so I'm extending you this courtesy out of noblesse oblige.
Where have we heard that before?
I was trying to think of that too, and I also meant to look it up to remember what it's. I don't know, common courtesy, or
I can't imagine.
I can't remember what the translation was.
I feel like it was really recent that we heard that term.
Probably, but it is right after he says noblesse oblige that Sancho comes in.
Okay,
and this is an unassuming. We don't. I think the dynamic that they're trying to establish here is like a Gilligan's Island thing of he's the skipper and Doc is Gilligan, and they even make more direct references to Gilligan's Island later when they're at lunch.
Okay, but what does that supposed to mean? That one's Gilligan and one's
he's wearing the
sailor coat.
Yeah, and he's also talks about he practices marine law, and it's Bigfoot that says he's like, isn't your specialty in marine law? And he says, oh, we get plenty of crime on the high seas. So he's making his arguments like, you have nothing to hold my client on, and this and that. And Bigfoot's saying, oh, yeah, we'd never get a conviction anyways. Probably be a jury that'd be all hippies. And he's like, not unless you get a change of venue down to Orange County, Sancho tells him. And Doc is startled by this, and he looks at him. He's like, hey, who do you work for? And he just looks up into the air and is kind of like talking to the sky. He's not even addressing directly to Doc. Sancho is looking up in the air and he's saying, clients pay me for work, Doc.
Yes.
Clients pay me for work, Doc.
What is that about? I'm missing the joke.
He's there pro bono. He's helping him out because that's
don't
his
give
buddy.
Me shit.
That's why, because he just said, who do you work for? So he's saying, I don't work for you because you're
didn't
not
give me
paying
any
me.
money.
Yeah.
Okay. I got it. So noblesse oblige, the inferred responsibility of privileged people to act with generosity and nobility toward those less privileged. I didn't know
so
why
he
we
looks
just
down
heard that.
on him. He said, oh, okay, yeah. Who knows? It's probably something else in
One bad after
law
another.
enforcement or investigation or something.
Probably. Also, slightly puzzling. Like, you're like, what's going on here? Bigfoot uses a very common term, maybe kick 'em loose, and Sancho misinterprets what he means.
Mm-hmm.
And
He
Doc
says,
has to be like, it just means let me loose, Doc. I mean, let me loose, Sanch.
yeah, he says, well, I guess I'm gonna have to kick him. He says, well, that would be assault.
There you go.
Kick him, that would be assault.
Like, he's kind of not really slow, but like, why did that confuse him?
I feel like that's how you interpret the
It
world.
is. It is, but I'm not interested.
There is no,
I'm not practicing law.
Analogy or metaphor or simile.
No, it's
don't
very
register at all.
Mm-mm. Wait, what'd you say? They don't ever register at all? That's not true. I just don't think in them. Think in those terms.
So then he says, I'm gonna release him on his own recognizance. I'm gonna give him. We had to impound your. He told him at the outset. He said we had to impound your car. It was parked in a
illegally.
Yeah, it was parked illegally.
This is the first time.
Yeah,
and I must just impound just means hold your car here until.
Yeah, it's an impound lot. You have to pay to get it out.
Okay. I thought it was something more serious.
So he tells Sancho that he's going to give him a ride to the impound lot to get his car and then let him go. So then we get the car ride over there. This bothered you a lot I feel like at this point when this happened, the first time watching it was whenever you fully checked out.
It's
and you're
so
like,
gratuitous.
I don't want to watch this movie anymore.
It's so gratuitous. Like, this went on too long.
Yes.
So now you're going to be like, of course not. My theory to make sense of this, to make it bother me less, was that either him and his partner was gay, or he did love his partner in that way but never acted on it. Because even when the wife is like, I only ask you for one, does she say one night a week, stop bitching or something like that? I'm like, wait, what is she talking about? Is she talking about their sex life? And I know this is just me talking crazy, but I was like, yes, he's on the straight and narrow and oppressed. He got some gay stuff going on there.
Yes, but there is also just that assumed homoerotic.
Assumed? Why is homoerotica? So what are we talking about?
There is that element of all like organized sports and the military and like police partners. There is that overlay of like the brotherhood and camaraderie.
Okay.
That inevitably there is.
It will turn sexual?
No, not that they will have sex with each other, but it's just like that love, the fraternal love being represented through sexual imagery.
Why is the question?
It's just suggestive of that.
How did those things get connected?
It's like towel snapping in the locker room, like that kind of stuff. Horseplay, things like that. It's just, I don't know any other way to explain it.
I know the actions. Well, I know the actions you're talking about. What I'm saying is, who decided to view that camaraderie through that kind of lens is what I'm asking. Is this something that's just done in movies? Is this real life?
I feel like it's always examined that way in artistic endeavors. Like, it very often is like slapping other players on the ass. What other way is that supposed to be interpreted?
I thought it was strange, but I wouldn't have said homoerotic. I wouldn't have. But okay, you learn something new every day.
Okay. You've never come across this examination
this
of
thought is no
jockdom or anything like that. What do you think the gay hockey show is about?
Just hockey players happen to be gay. I don't think this interpretation is correct. I don't see that at all.
So what she's talking about is Bigfoot eats these chocolate
Dipped bananas.
dipped frozen bananas.
Yeah.
And
He does not, nobody eats it like that. He's not just eating it. It's a very obvious.
Yes, he's filleting it.
Yes.
And Doc is looking
Very uncomfortable.
like
Disgusted.
but also looking in that way like disgusted, or he's put off by it, but also can't look away from it. Like he does, it's like an unbreaking look, but he's squished into the corner of the car and kind of like at a moment's, if Bigfoot did a half turn, you could tell that he would like be ready to avert his gaze.
And I guess to support both your take that camaraderie like that is looked at through a homoerotic lens, is that what you said? And to support mine that he has some repressed sexual stuff going on. When Doc learns that Bigfoot's partner was killed, he has flashbacks to when he arrested him at Mickey's house. And I think when he's walking into the glass house one time. But either way, because I specifically went back to watch this scene today to see, I guess I just missed something. When he has the memory again, he's like covering his butthole with his hand. Very obviously. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, he's doing it whenever not when he's having the flashback. It is whenever he's having the real scene play out. You're talking about when he comes out of the tie closet?
Uh-huh. You saw me go out there and watch it again. There are 2 scenes where he gets arrested in front of Mickey's house. One is him recounting the arrest after he learns that what's-his-name's partner is dead. The first time, he is not covering his butthead. We just went out there and watched butthole. Which is, I was like, that is so strange.
Yeah, but he covers up like that outside of the police department when they're kicking him too.
Yes. Also in a recall. Those are the 2 memories he has, or flashbacks, or whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
That's strange.
Did that make you think of the Joker at all?
I see what you mean, but no. No, I wasn't thinking about the Joker at all in this movie, except when he moves sometimes his shoulders at like little weird angles.
Oh, well, that was the only thing, was the way that he
Bent over
clearly
like
made
that.
an actor choice to like cover up when he's getting beat.
Yeah.
And on the ground. But again, it was in a different way, because in that he's covering the back of his neck. And it's based on his positioning in the fight or the beatdown. So when the frozen banana thing's going on, he eventually starts sticking the entire frozen banana too far into his mouth to the point where he gags and has to pull it back out. And that's when he's really looking like, ugh. Now we get Doc rolling a joint. He's back home.
Yes, and he wrote a little, oh no, he's about to get a phone call, right?
Yeah. But he writes a little intention on the joint paper before he rolls it up and smokes it.
To Shasta's safety, love, Doc.
And this is where the Sortilege speaking about the karmic thermal.
Oh, how they grew
the
apart.
VO is over that, yeah. And yes, now we do get a phone call.
He's so rude. So he calls, and the way he gives Doc information, it sounds like Shasta's dead. Like, I thought that as well the first time I saw this. She's gone. But he meant like gone from the apartment. Then Doc at one point say, fuck you, and hang up. Or be professional. Can we at least try to be professional? I would love to know what happened between them in the past.
And then the last thing Bigfoot says is, Shasta Faye Hepworth, she's gone.
Yeah.
He says, fuck you.
And he's amused that he did that because he's smiling a little.
Yeah.
Bigfoot. He's an ass. Or you know what? Maybe he's not trying to be an asshole and he's just playing out. You know, he likes to act. Maybe he's just trying out different characters.
Well,
or situations or scenarios.
And he knows Doc, and he's trying specifically to lead Doc down a path.
Okay, so I guess I can ask you now. You're saying that the fallout that happens with him at Adrian's was orchestrated by Bigfoot. That's not what you're saying, is it? Because I have some.
It wasn't orchestrated, but he
questions.
was party in leading Doc to him. And he knows that that guy had some involvement with his partner's death.
Right, but even if he's leading Doc to Adrian, he has no guarantee of the outcome. So what's the point of leading him to him?
Well, Doc says stuff. He's like, I'm on the outside of the. He's saying it to somebody else. He's saying it to Coy. In one scene, he's like, I'm outside of this, and maybe I can see something that you can't see.
Yeah, I remember that.
I can
at
move
the party.
in different ways that you might not be able to get into.
Okay.
Bigfoot is bound by being an officer of the law to the straight world. He has to adhere to the rules and follow the rules.
So he's using him more or less.
Yes.
More questions will come.
In a way
but
that is mutually beneficial to them. Even
Until
though
it
he is
isn't.
putting him, yeah.
But actually, I guess it also kind of works out too. Anyway, we'll get to it.
Now we meet Hope Harlingen. She calls him too, right? My husband
knew a friend of yours, and of course it's Shasta. So now it's like, and the husband's missing too. Where she says that he's dead, but she just thinks he's missing. Just Shasta is a connecting link, which is why she called. Hope did. He asked how she got his number, and she said from the head shop. You know what that is?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's a place where they sell pipes and bongs.
Is this common knowledge?
Yes.
Okay. That's all.
I
had to look it up.
Learned this for the first time.
Yes, because at first I was like a psychiatric office. Like I was like maybe the building he works at is part like real
head shrinker.
That and plus real actual physical doctors because I know I see the stirrups there.
And because you were thinking baby head doctor.
Maybe. I like that head shop. That's a neat term. What?
What do you think? I don't know. What do you think the origin of it is? Do you think it's because it's supposed to be like for your head, your mind?
Yeah, get your drugs, elevate you, yeah. Elevate your mind.
So Hope, he goes to her house to speak with her. Can tell something is off about her appearance, but you don't quite.
Do you?
I didn't until they pointed out.
What? The teeth?
Yeah.
Well, I was too caught up in because I recognized her face, so I didn't notice anything off. But
Hope is Jenna Malone. You recognized her from the movie Stepmom.
Yeah. She was a little girl.
Which I would probably guess as one of the least likely film credit attributes anyone would give to her.
Huh? Why?
I don't know. That's just, I wouldn't have even remembered her being in that movie.
The daughter played a big part in that movie.
How many times have you seen this movie,
At least 3.
Okay. Well,
I used to be a fan of Julia Roberts.
Okay. You speak of it like you speak of The Good Son. Your favorite Macaulay Culkin
Don't start that
movie.
mess, man. That was just last episode. So she is telling Doc, like I said, her husband, Coy, she was told that he was dead. She just got a phone call. She didn't identify the body. She thinks that he's missing. A big deposit showed up in her bank account.
The day he supposedly died.
Yeah.
She had an hour-long discussion with the teller. You just lost your deposit slip. You just lost your deposit slip.
And she was like, I don't lose deposit slips. It's big. She goes into how they met.
You said, some people meet cute. Me and Coy met squalid.
Disgusting story. I was so done with this movie at this point. Like, this was the final straw for me.
You want to tell this? I feel like you should tell the story the way that you remember it.
Why is it wrong?
You want me to tell it?
Well, you can, but I'll tell you what I know. She said she had just scored some kind of drugs, a balloon of drugs. So I don't know if she took them and she got sick to throw up, or she had to swallow them to hide them, and she was throwing it up.
I thought maybe she was being a drug mule for somebody.
Okay, cool. Coy, had he eaten something bad?
Gringo digestion.
Yeah. So they both, I don't know who's in the stall first.
He's in the stall,
He's on the toilet
taking a
already.
shit.
And she has to bust in to throw up.
She already has her fingers down her throat.
Yeah, he's already shitting. So her head is in his lap. She's throwing up in the toilet. He's shitting. And he has a hard on. Fucking disgusting. Fucking the most disgusting shit I've ever heard. Look at you, funny. Why is that funny? I felt like this was so unnecessary. The more I watch it, I might change my mind about how much it grosses me out, but I doubt it. And then this also in this scene, she's saying how the baby was also on drugs essentially through the breast milk or whatever.
Yeah, she said they stayed together. They were both on heroin
Mm-hmm.
and ended up having a little baby, Amethyst.
When he sees the picture of Amethyst, he screams. I felt like that took me out of the movie.
This is like a cartoon. This is like Bigfoot saying, "What's up, Doc?" from the TV. It's just a.
He's talking to us, though. Who is he talking to when he does that? Not talking to. Who is he screaming at? Like that? I didn't like it. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, it's just showing you what happened in his mind,
Okay.
basically. Because right after that, he's like, "Oh,
yeah."
And it goes back to the way that he's behaving through the rest of the story.
And I was like, I know she saw him. She ain't react at all.
Yeah, it's
Oh, okay. Thank you for explaining that.
Just for comedic effect.
I hated it, but thank you for explaining that.
Yeah, it's a good scream. Made me laugh a lot the first time I saw it.
She also mentions what you think is a throwaway line, but it's not, that heroin sucks the calcium out of your body. And she asked if he likes her teeth. They're fake.
Well, he's
Heroin. Maybe.
He's
What?
He's like moving his tongue and his lips around his teeth while he's talking to her.
Why? Because he notices her
because he's
teeth?
fixated on her teeth.
Oh,
And he's
okay.
doing it like involuntarily.
Like
and
you
that-
do when something's on somebody's face, you can't stop staring?
Yeah, that's not true. That's
It's
made
so
up in your
true.
mind.
So
That's
true.
you being self-conscious and vain.
No. I can't believe you don't recognize it.
I feel like if anything, I have an uncanny ability when somebody does have something like that going on to completely ignore it and just act like nothing's happening.
No, I doubt it.
You're out of your mind. I spend way more time out in the world interacting with people in general.
Here you go.
I have never had an instance out in the wild, if you want to term it that way, of somebody being like, "Oh, do I have something on my face?" because of me unwittingly staring at something going on.
Okay, why are you still explaining this? Move on.
Please, because you're insistent on it. Heroin sucks the calcium out of your bones like a vampire. She taps on her fake teeth. "You like my chompers?" He says, I hadn't noticed. We meet the daughter. We meet Amethyst. He basically agrees to take her case. They hug. He leaves.
Does he not get any information from her about where to start looking? I feel like she has to tell him something else. Because where would he even start?
And she tells them that he was in a band. He's a saxophonist.
Okay.
I don't remember what other details he gives her. Or she gives him, rather.
I thought it was somehow connected to Mickey because that's where he goes next, I think.
Yeah. From there, he decides to go visit Sloane Wolfman, who's Mickey's wife. Shows up to their residence in a disguise. He puts a wig on. So he basically has his long hair tucked into a... How would you describe that hairstyle? It's like the Monkees or like the early Beatles. It's that kind of close. Anyways, he's going in to try to elicit some sort of response about...
Response about what?
He's going to talk to her if the voiceover from Sword of Legion is saying, like, if they were involved in something, Doc was going to try to find out what facilities, basically like indicating that he is aware that they're funding some facility. I can't remember. He comes pretending to be from a mental health care place, saying that he's trying to return money that was wrongfully deposited to them, or that Mickey had been making donations, something. He goes in. This is a huge, sprawling mansion. There's a bunch of cops by the pool that he observes, and he says, "Oh, having one last free catering, yeah, before the FBI comes in." Yeah, because it said earlier that
Lee just says that in a voiceover.
it might have been discussed at Bigfoot's. Well, at some point, it's revealed that if Mickey's gone for more than however many days, then it becomes a federal matter, and they'll bring in the FBI.
Okay. Yeah, no, it gets said right here. I just didn't write who said it.
So Sloane comes in from the patio. She steps into a perfectly lit staging or tableau and says to Doc, "Do you like the lighting?" I don't remember what fake name he gives, but he's not going by Doc here, I don't think. So yes, he's pretending to be from a facility, and then she says to him as he's getting distracted by some guy in a Speedo coming in, some younger dude in a Speedo who's built.
Riggs
Warbling. This is her
spiritual doctor.
Yeah, spiritual advisor that Doc is wondering, oh, is this the boyfriend that Shasta was talking about? And she's saying, oh, well, there's a facility up in Ojai that we fund, the Chryskylodon Institute. And she said, Chryskylodon, it's an Indian word for meaning serenity. So then she gives him some instructions like,
she's going to go grab a deposit form to give to him so the money can get back to the account.
Yeah. Also, while they're talking, the housekeeper, Luz, comes in with refrescos, cocktails that are made for them. She sets them down real roughly. And she also goes right in front of Doc's face and bends over and puts her ass right on his nose while she's setting his drink
like
down.
It absolutely is touching his nose.
Yeah. So as she leaves to go get the deposit form, he starts wandering around.
As usual.
Yeah. He's seeing the cops in the pool. He's wandering up to a bedroom. He finds a big closet that has, I don't know, a couple hundred ties hanging up. And he pulls one out, and you can see that it's embroidered, or I guess it's sewn custom to have a naked woman and their name on each individual tie. So he's looking through, and he's looking to see if Shasta's in there. And then Luz, the Chicana housekeeper, comes in, and she's like, oh, I'm in there somewhere. She finds hers, and she's like, my tits aren't that big, but it's a likeness, or I can't remember what she says.
It's the thought that counts.
Then we hear Sloane calling from the other room.
You did not mention that she is trying to fuck him very intently.
She said, Mickey used to fuck me in the shower, so we never got to do anything on that groovy bed in there. And she's tying her tie around his neck.
He asks what about the missing girl? And she says, Shasta. He's like, yeah. He was like, her tie should be up there somewhere. And then Sloane starts calling her, so she has to go.
So this is very unique imagery. It creates a distinct impression. And even though it, again, seems like a distraction in the moment, there's so much stuff going on. She's tying the tie around him. You're thinking, oh, goofy naked women on ties and stuff. It lasts, I don't know, 90 seconds, but ends up playing a very big part later on as a signifier whenever we first meet Puck Beaverton. Sloane calls out, Luz, mija, something like that. She's calling for her to come back down. And then Doc gets a concerned look on his face, and he's like, Bigfoot? And we cut to...
He's getting beat up by Bigfoot. Why is he there?
The other cops were there.
And you think Bigfoot was coming to party?
No, but one of them could have told Bigfoot that they could have known him from being down at the glass house or having other interactions. They could have tipped him off. Then we got Doc going to meet Penny. These were the only scenes that it seemed to me that you enjoyed watching through the first time. any of the scenes of him with Reese Witherspoon.
Whatever comedy they gave her to play or didn't play, just the way she read her lines, she was the funniest to me. Like, I got the most chuckle out of the scene she had with with him.
Despite being beat up by Bigfoot, goes to meet her for lunch on a bench.
Is it DDA, PDA? What kind of district attorney is she?
Junior DA. So I guess assistant DA? I don't know.
That's not the letters,
That
though. I feel
is.
like it was something, then a D and a A. Oh, ADA. Was it ADA?
Maybe it's ADA. Yeah, assistant district attorney. He says, or maybe it's sort of Leash says the only reason she was able to meet with Doc was because somebody else canceled and she was able to pencil him in for the lunch date.
Yeah, that was Leash.
So they're sitting on a bench, presumably outside the courthouse. They're both sitting, they're with each other, but they're both facing this, or she's facing out and kind of acting
Distant?
yeah, indifferent to his
Yeah.
presence there. And he's trying to
He's angled towards her a little bit.
yeah. He leans in, kisses her on the cheek, and she doesn't.
Yeah, she turns her head a little.
Or they're going back and forth.
I know she asks him, but what
yeah,
is he?
She's asking about Shasta Faye Hepworth, the ex of yours. Like, have you heard from her recently? And he's asking about Mickey Wolfman, and he's getting a little bit out of sorts compared to how he's acted in other scenes, at least not to her liking. She's like, gosh, I've never seen you so emotional. He says, the lights are always out. I've never seen you during the day, Penny.
And he's been calling her day and night to talk. So she says, I have a pretty hectic week. Unless things heat up, you can understand I'm going to be busy. Does she mean he needs to act more interested in her? What is she talking about? Because she also asks something about Shasta, like, yeah, this case involves one of your previous girlfriends.
Yeah, and she says, oh, yeah, you were a wreck whenever I found you.
Yeah, so but the comment I asked about.
I think she's described by Sortilege as a part-time squeeze. So they're not anything deep or official. And the impression that I get is that it is because of her being an assistant district attorney and him being perceived as bummy, hippie, private eye, that it would be frowned upon for her to be seen with him. So that is why she keeps him at a distance and only sees him at night, like he says. And we get the booty call treatment that she gives him later. She calls and basically invites herself over with the pizza.
Calling her.
So then she says, walk me back to my office. He walks with her. They get indoors. He gets stopped by 2 FBI guys. This is Timothy Simons from Veep and some other person that you recognize from some unknown, undisclosed place.
They approach and ask about him meeting with the militant black man.
Tariq Khalil. He's being very patronizing to them. He's saying, oh, FBI, I watch you guys every Sunday night, because there used to be the show FBI.
Right.
You remember that from
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
They're going back and forth. He's asking them questions as he starts asking questions that I guess strike a chord with them. You see them start picking their nose.
Yeah, so he's asking questions about their involvement with Mickey, and it sounds like he's getting closer because they keep shutting up, like they're not entertaining what he's saying, like, shut up, stop talking about that or something, is the impression I got.
Yeah, he's saying we're all in the same business here, and they're like, there's no need to be insulting. We go back to his doctor's office after he leaves there. He flips them double birds as he's leaving, or just one, and they flip him off. I missed back. That.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, because he gives them the hippie peace sign, and then he turns it into a middle finger. So yeah, it's just a single bird. Goes back to his doctor's office. Petunia tells him, got a note from an Oriental cutie, while he's sitting in the office with his feet in stirrups, smoking a joint with roach clips.
Does she come over the intercom and say that?
Mm-hmm. He comes out and gets the note.
It's from Jade. I don't know. What does it give? A time and a location? I know it says P.S. Beware of the Golden Fang, but what is it?
Mm-hmm. She says, I'm working nights at Club Asiatique. Come meet me there. I don't remember the other details, but yeah, she gives like a time and place for a meeting.
Oh, she says Club Asiatique.
Yeah. So he goes down. This is where we get the waterfront foggy.
Mm-hmm.
This is a gorgeous looking scene. To me, it's very textured. You can kind of feel. Have you ever been in a really foggy, like seaside area like that?
No, that don't sound like my kind of area.
There's a lot of twilight filming in this, in the movie overall. She comes out, she's in a hurry.
Jade just quickly says, this guy's been hanging around here, but he wanted to meet you or he wanted to see you. Coy is asking him to check on his family. He asked Coy about Golden Fang and it's a boat. She mentions
She does mention Puck Beaverton because he says, what's a Puck Beaverton?
Mm-hmm.
And she says a real mean Nazi.
She's apologizing to him for the day he came and how he got knocked out and who did it, I guess. Yeah.
Well, he asks who did it, and she said, I don't know. Last thing I remember seeing was Bambi's pussy.
And Puck's Nazi swastika.
Mm-hmm. Swastika tattoo. So yeah, then she says there's this guy who's in trouble, and then we get Coy.
Yeah. So this is Hope's husband that she is convinced isn't dead. How did he say he knows about him? Like, why did he request him? Jade goes to get him for him.
Oh, because of Shasta. He knows Shasta.
Oh, right. Yeah, but I guess it's not strange that they both called him if that's the only person they've ever heard mentioned as a PI. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, that makes sense.
Then he asks Coy, you ever heard of the Golden Fang?
This is all after Coy asked him to check on his family, though. Because he's asking this before they depart. Because he turns around to look at the boat and then Coy's gone.
Yeah, so he asks about him looking in on a woman and a little girl, but Doc keeps it close to. Is it close to the vest or close to the chest?
Vest.
You're certain?
No.
Why you go vest?
I don't know. We missing up two things. Keep it close. Never mind. Yes. Keep it close to your chest and play it close to your vest.
No, that's not it at all. I feel like I've heard it both ways, and I've never heard an explanation as to why one is used over the other.
Well, yeah, like whenever I hear that, I was like, don't let nobody see your cards.
All of this to say that Doc does not reveal that he's already met Hope and is on the case or doing anything because he doesn't know anything of what's going on in Coy's situation. All he has confirmed now is that he is alive and he's in some predicament. Mm-hmm. Then before leaving, he says, you ever heard of the Golden Fang? And he says, yeah, it's a schooner with red sails.
He turns around to look towards the water. And when he turns back around, Coy's gone. Then next thing we see him with Sancho watching a boat. And Sancho says it shows up in the middle of the night. Nobody likes to talk about it.
Yeah, they're looking at it
through binoculars. Yeah. It used to be a fishing boat named Preserve. Then it got bought by Burke Stodger. Could you refresh my memory? Not an actor. Communist. Well.
He was blacklisted.
Went to being a communist.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then came back and was making a bunch of like anti-communist propaganda films.
But we get a clip. That's the guy we get a clip of, a black and white clip on the TV or whatever.
When he's at Crescalladon later.
Okay. Oh, yeah, the Burke Sturge Theater.
So I didn't notice before this last time watching it of the schooner, the Golden Fang boat, the red sails, and a sail, of course, is like triangular kind of shape.
Okay.
You'd agree.
That a sail is in a triangular shape?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when he's at the Channel View Estates, all the red flags
Okay. All right.
flapping.
I'll give you that.
So yes, they're
And I only
discussing-
give you that because every place he goes to has some sort of boat decoration.
Mhm. So Sancho's like, I give you the schooner Golden Fang. And they're discussing it and what it possibly is used for. Now they go to some cafe or restaurant or something. The girl who's their waitress, she's another comedic actress.
Yes,
and
I recognized her voice, and then
Yeah.
I saw the little bit of her face. They did that crazy how you don't ever see past above her chin really well. There's a one quick spot where you can see her face, but I was like, that's
Yeah. And she's funny. Like, she's got comedic chops, and it's just another, like, small role that's populated with somebody capable of more than what they're being used for. But she's perfect as this. She's there to take their order, and this is where we get a lot of fun food platters and names ordering. Sancho gets the devil ray fillet and something else, deep fried in beer batter. She says, it's your stomach. Doc gets the eel travatori and jellyfish something. The waitress calls Doc little buddy right here.
Does she?
What can I get for you, little buddy? That's a Gilligan's Island reference.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Skipper called Gilligan little buddy. Yes, this is where we get more of the Burke Stodger, Blacklisted. Mickey Wolfman was on the register for the boat, or on the, what is that called? The manifest.
Yeah.
And then he says, what do you mean? Went on like a 3-hour tour? That's another Gilligan's Island. Surely you know that at the very least.
Nope. I know
You
nothing
know-
about Gilligan's Island except a group of people were on an island. I didn't ask why. I didn't ask what their roles were. I didn't give a fuck.
So you never heard the theme song even? I'll sit right back and you'll hear a
Nope.
tale.
Nope. And what year was this song? 70s?
60s.
60s?
A 3-hour tour. That was the whole thing, is they were supposed to go out on a 3-hour boat tour and they get blown off and stranded on the island.
Okay.
And they're stuck on the island.
Forever? Well,
I
the
mean, for
last
the duration
episode.
of the show.
Okay.
Yeah. The professor and Marianne.
So yeah, Wolfman and Shasta were seen sitting on the boat for a 3-hour boat ride. He says Mickey might not be as missing as we think. The DOJ,
Department of Justice.
yes, that wasn't the confusion. They were trying to get him a Vegas deal because they wanted white people on the strip.
Mm-hmm.
As an informant, as what? What do they mean they want white people on the strip? Why?
Trying to install somebody they could control because
Versus
the criminal
Organization. Okay,
enterprises
okay.
that run all the other casinos. The
you said
mafia.
you
That's
said
what
some-
casinos. Go ahead. I said what?
you said somebody they can control.
Yes. That's why the FBI is involved.
Yes, but they want him to get in with the mafia so they can have information. Like, what does it matter if they can control him? He's not associated with the mafia.
Don't know. This part we don't know.
Okay.
But you are familiar with the idea of the government installing people in positions in order
Sure.
to manipulate them.
Yes.
You are aware that we just forcibly removed
I heard, yes.
somebody from another country.
That's not, I know you're not laughing in
Woo,
seriousness.
Jesus
just out of
Christ.
disfucking belief.
So yes, this is one thing. I mean, it's fine, and I don't really care, but I do think it's funny that it goes from this scene of them meeting and they're at the restaurant, and then it goes back to Doc is at home, and then he gets a phone call from Sancho.
Yeah.
And they just pick up.
So your friend that says she just departed San Pedro.
Yeah, he says, to where? And he says, out to sea. He's
Yeah.
like, no, but where? Like, what was the destination? He's like, not known.
And
Not known.
I love this end part. He's got the binoculars. He's still trying to look at the sea for the boat, and he loses track of time. He's been there for hours because when he looks up again, he's completely awash in blue, which I was
Yeah.
like, oh, he's sad. But I love that scene. I love the colors in that scene.
Mhm.
He's just lost track of time still. Even though the boat can't still be in his view, he's still
Yes, and that's the
looking at it.
twilight, the light
Mhm.
fading. Yes. It
Oh,
looks
yes.
gorgeous.
He calls Penny, not the other way around.
Okay.
So just to clarify, you were under the impression that they weren't more serious because she's on the straight and narrow, he's a hippie. I was under the impression that she could tell he is
It's
still hung up on
Shasta.
a ex, yes.
Mhm.
So more comedy from him and Reese's scenes because he calls and she does not recognize his voice.
Mhm.
She was like, "Who's this?" He was like, "It's me." She was
says,
like,
"Where did you get this number?"
He was like, "It's me," and he explains. She's like, "Oh." It's so funny to me.
And while this phone call is taking place, Doc has his foot up on the desk or on the furniture,
The table
that
in the
phone's
kitchen.
by,
Yeah.
and you can see,
Dirty foot.
just dirty foot. I mean, it's not,
He's always walking around barefoot. And even in the hospital, the doctor's office, he was
Mhm.
walking around barefoot.
barefoot or in sandals.
So his feet are super dirty.
And Penny is giving more of a glimpse into their relationship with each other, saying like, what would a nice clean girl like me want with a dirty hippie like you?
Yeah. What is his first answer? Because,
He says, maybe you want to bring some of your soap over here and wash my dirty feet.
And she sounds real disgusted. She's like, ew, no. And she says something about I could bring a pizza though. And I can hear your pants growing and I'll be there in an hour. And as he's hanging up, he's not listening anymore, but she's saying, and wash your feet.
Yeah, as he's putting the
wash your
phone back
feet.
on the receiver.
Ooh, it was funny.
So then we fast forward to them either post pizza or post coital, whatever. They're sharing a joint. Penny is smoking. She's much more relaxed.
Mhm.
They have the TV on. Doc is he rolling another
Yes.
joint?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
You ask her if she want another one.
And then we see they're covering on the news Nixon rally.
American Vigilante, what is it called? I wrote it down somewhere.
Vigilant California.
Yes, Vigilant California. So what are they again? He just calls them political badasses. What are they fighting for? You know what I mean? What's their cause? Doesn't matter?
Not known. Not known.
Not known? Okay.
But the suggestion with Coy being deceased is that he's actually being used as a narc to infiltrate organizations and then report on them. So him showing up here as part of this Vigilant California, he's a pawn or a patsy being run by, we don't know, the Golden Fang or the government, or we don't know what all he's mixed up in. But they show him on TV at the Nixon rally yelling like,
Tricky Dick. Not Tricky Dick. What do they call him? I think it is Tricky Dick.
I don't know, but he's yelling and he's saying, fuck you, fuck you. They're showing it on the news. And Penny says here that he's an informant. She calls him a different name. She calls him Chucky or something like that.
That's not Chucky because the news identifies his name and says he's an unemployed student or something. But first, it's Doc that notices. He's like, what the fuck? Because he recognizes Coy's face.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, why is this man yelling at the Nixon rally or whatever? Yeah, and after they say it's Chucky, she's like, that's not Chucky. Everybody knows him down at the Glass House or not DOJ, or maybe it is. And so he's like a snitch.
Let me get some, I didn't write down what it is. I think it goes back to the Sortilege voiceover transitioning. Doc and Dinas going undercover.
See, this is another one. I think actually Sortilege was in the car with him again, and then she goes away real quick. I can't remember. But yeah, they're heading to Coy's rental house.
Yeah, he said at the Foggy meetup He said he's staying at his old band's house.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, don't they recognize you? And he said, yeah, no, they got Doper's memory, severe Doper's memory. And even when I was playing with them, they didn't know me. And now there's been enough turnover in the band that there's enough new people and no one remembers who he is.
Strange.
So Doc and Dinas are going to this house. There's some kind of house party or just a happening going on. Yeah, the Boards is the name of the band. They're saying they're from Stone Turntable Magazine. It's another fun name. I wonder if that was from the book or if that was
Dinas is a photographer.
Mm-hmm. They show up there, and the first person they see right away is Jade. She comes running up and is talking to Doc, and she's like asking if she can get a ride home later, and saying she's there because she's like, "What are you doing here, Jade?" And she said her friend's obsessed with the band Spotted Dick.
Oh, were they just friends, her and Bambi? I got the
Did she
feeling
say
they
it
were.
was Bambi? I thought she does.
Because
she?
Bambi's there for Spotted Dick. She keeps making that joke, Spotted Dick poster, Spotted Dick, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And when she heard they were here hanging out, I came to make sure she behaved herself or whatever.
Yeah. So at this point in the movie, Jade and Doc are best friends, basically.
Yeah.
So now we get Coy and Doc meeting. Doc sits in. He introduces himself as whoever from Stone Turntable Magazine.
Yeah.
Coy is wearing some kind of army fatigues style clothing. Yeah, it looks like camo, like army camo or something.
Is this significant?
Yeah, I think it's indicating Penny said he was an informant, that he's working for the government, and then now he's like caught between two worlds. Basically, and he's saying to Doc, he's like, I'm not supposed to be here, man.
Okay, let's back up because I'm not retaining something. So, caught between two worlds is his life with Hope and Amethyst and whatever he's doing now as an informant.
Yes.
And by him saying I'm not supposed to be here, he's just regretting his choices.
Yeah.
But just to be clear, he leaves because he realizes him and Hope aren't good for each other.
Yes, and he thought he was going to do something giving back or do something patriotic or do something.
And all this gets said at this table, right? More or less.
I think that part maybe was disclosed in the
when he first meets him. Okay.
Scene, yeah.
Well, I know at this part, he's like, I can't go back to them. When you're in for life. That's right here. Okay.
Yes.
And go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, yeah.
Why would that be so serious that you can't ever get out?
Well, that's, I think, the adjacency to the Golden Fang conspiracy side of it. And there's also a huge center of uncertainty that sits
about
in
what's
the middle.
going on.
Like you know just enough to figure out the parts of the story that need to be negotiated for the movie.
But we should get the sense that there's a lot more that we don't know about.
Yes,
Absolutely.
There's a lot of stuff that's not spelled out. That
Dennis conglomerate, whatever they got going on, all that.
Yeah, the vertical integration of the drug empire.
That's strange.
And there is,
or smart actually.
Yeah.
Well, I said strange and I rethought the word smart.
Mm-hmm. Doc tells him that he found his wife and daughter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
they're speaking in code, though.
Coded language. Yeah.
Somebody's at the table. They get up eventually.
Yeah. And Doc is saying, he's like, I found that old VW you were looking for, the one with the flowers and the bluebirds on it or something like that. So then when the girl gets up and leaves, which I don't know, was she mashing out pizza dough? I didn't clock exactly what was going on.
There's another part where somebody's mashing up pizza dough when he walks in the kitchen and says, hey, but that's a different person. I thought it was a dude sitting at the table, but I don't know. And we didn't mention, but when Coy first met Doc, Coy does mention something about also making sure, or to see if there's any been police activity near his house.
Yes.
Because when they talk again, he was like, is a car street legal?
Mm-hmm. So then when the person gets up from the table and they're able to speak a little more openly, but still in hushed tones, and he's asking about Amethyst and if there
Little
was
Kids
anything,
Blues.
Yeah, Little Kid Blues. They eventually are about to part ways, and he's like, you need to find Shasta Fe. You better find Shasta Fe. And then he's getting up. He says, find Shasta Fe.
Well, I like how he leads into that, because Doc asked him a question and he was like, I love how people only ask questions that they already know the answer to, or something like that. And then he mentions Shasta. Shasta, sorry.
Then we get Doc leaving, I guess, is he going downstairs or he's just entering the common area? And this is where we get the Last Supper style tableau with the pizza. Dinas snaps a photo, which...
What a crazy name, Dinas.
Which, again, this is another thing where you're like, oh, this is a film tableau, and it seems like just an idiosyncratic, like, movie shot, but it is perfunctory and serves a purpose later because he uses that picture to show proof that Coy is alive.
Well, no, I didn't think that was a throwaway picture. Like, they went there to be undercover.
Yes, but I think in the moment,
no, I was
when the flash went off, were you like, now they have proof of Coy?
Yes, that was my whole thought, because he says to Dinas, because Dinas asked for the magazine name again when they're driving. So that wasn't a shock to me.
Okay.
I thought Coy would have reacted differently, though. Like being freaked out or anything, but...
Jade is also with them on the ride home.
Yeah, she asked for a ride home when she first sees
I know. I'm just saying they followed up on her request. She's given more info about the Golden Fang, their Indo-Chinese operation, heroin cartel. They have vertical setup. Chick Planet launders Golden Fang money.
Mm-hmm.
Doc goes to the police department. Bigfoot eating another frozen banana. Then we get Doc back at his office. He's got something else. Jump in.
Yeah, so when he goes to see Bigfoot at the office, the narrator, Liege, is recounting Bigfoot's partner got killed and now he works alone. Doc shows Bigfoot an image of Coy. He's asking to get information. Yeah, so he's just asking about Coy, and he heard that he was a snitch who worked for the Vigilante California people, who he heard was patriotic badasses, who may or may not have been in on the Channel View estate situation, because Bigfoot is like, what's in this for me? So, little tit for tat information there. Then we get Doc back at his office. And what is it? Is it laughing gas? What is he?
Yeah. Like nitrous.
Oxide, okay, yeah.
So he's sitting there with the mask on.
Laughing
to himself. Now he gets another client coming in. This is Clancy Sharlock.
Yeah, she has on a very, very mini dress. You can see her ass cheeks. So she wants him to find out who killed her brother.
Well, he is laughing because he's on nitrous and he's saying, sorry about your brother. Through laughing.
And she said he was a little shit, he had it coming. But that doesn't stop me from wanting to know who did it, though.
Mm-hmm. She discloses that Mickey was all fucked up on drugs and talking about giving away all his money.
And Bigfoot is the one who sent her to get help from him.
Oh, okay.
He's like, oh, really?
Yeah, she asks if he's gonna hog that tank to himself, so he shares the mess with her. This is when she reveals that Puck Beaverton switched places with Glenn the day he was supposed to be watching Mickey last minute, the day that he got abducted. How does she know? Because she used to date Puck Beaverton and his roommate.
She
He
prefers
says-
2 men.
Yeah, he says, "Oh, 2 at a time."
We skipped just the one little thing. Mickey's gonna build some kind of development or something and call it Arrepentimiento. And he says, "What does that mean?" And she says, in Spanish, it means sorry about that.
So she makes that comment about dating Puck Beaverton and his roommate. He says 2 at a time, and then did you clock that whenever they go back out past the desk, past Petunia's
2 men
desk,
get up. Yeah.
2 men get
Well,
up. to
he
escort her out.
also, yeah. So sorry, she's at the reception desk, and Petunia's asking for her information or something, and Doc asks if her brother ever mentioned Shasta, and she mentions that she was deeply in love with Mickey, and then Petunia's like, "Oh, him and Shasta used to date," and she's like, "Sorry," and she gives a very wise quote. I didn't write it down, but something about, "I've been down that particular boulevard of sadness or regret, and eventually you have to get back on the freeway." I was like, "Oh."
So then Doc goes home. We see him shittily trying to park his car in the garage and scraping it against the side.
Yeah.
Eventually getting.
I also
it
want to
in
ask,
there.
I thought she had a neat look about her, so I looked her up. You know her?
Mm-mm.
Oh, she's an adult film star. At least she was.
Okay.
So
So she probably does.
I don't know. I thought they were being funny by just her saying how she prefers it. I was like, is that are they being funny? But anyway. So yeah, Doc is pulling into his garage badly. He barely.
He's all fucked up on nitrous.
Jesus Christ.
Well, actually, I don't know what the duration of
Oh,
that
yeah.
would be, but
We get a little bit of a sense of paranoia because when those people rush by him on a skateboard,
mm-hmm.
that sound is like a little intrusive. Or is it obtrusive? Intrusive.
Yeah, it's startling to him either way. But yeah, he also, the garage is one of those old school
Manual.
pull down. Yeah, it's not a chain
What do you call that?
garage.
Pivot door. I can't. So when he gets home, there's a postcard from Shasta on his door. She asks if he remembers the day with the Ouija board, and she misses those days. "I miss you. I'm so sorry."
Presumably, this postcard is from wherever
she is.
She went.
I wish you
on
could
the
see these
Golden
waves.
Fang. Yeah.
He has a flashback of them walking on the beach, or at least it's his viewpoint of her on the beach.
And then, yes, we get a flashback of the Ouija board.
And Lige being omniscient again, she says, "You don't remember the Ouija board, do you, Doc?" And then she goes into reliving that day.
It's one of those prolonged dope droughts.
Prolonged times, no doubt. She says everybody's was making bad decisions or something. I guess to try to find more dope. Why is there no dope anywhere? Crackdown.
Sources dried up. I don't know.
So she has a Ouija board, and Doc is holding it, and it gives them a phone number. So it's Lige, Shasta, and Doc around the Ouija board. So they call it, and it says, "Hello, dopers. We have everything you need. Blah, blah, blah." And Lige is like, "Don't go. It's a trap."
Say, come on. Yeah. Say, come on down to this address.
And all I was thinking, because of what the building turns into, the Golden Fang headquarters, that they just had the phone set up before they built the building, which is crazy. So yeah, it's a romantic scene of them running through the rain looking for the building, but it doesn't exist yet. It's an empty
It's
lot.
like a construction fence in front of it and cleared out lot. Yeah, and they run in under an overhang to seek shelter from the rain, even though they're already soaked.
And
This is another gorgeously shot sequence.
And they look very in love, but if you're listening to Lige do the narration, Shasta already had one foot out the door.
So now we're ramping up here. Because he's wondering, why would Shasta want to remember that specific story about the Ouija board? And so then it occurs to him to go back down to that same place. He arrives down there to find a building shaped like a fucking golden fang sticking out of the ground.
And like each level has gold. It's like trimmed in gold. And it's in the shape of a fang, like you said.
Mm-hmm. So they pull up there. It's him and Dinas. They get out. Dinas asks for, as they're going into the lobby, Dinas asks for the keys to the car. Says he's going to go get a pizza. And he says, you remember it's a manual transmission or something.
Well,
like
no.
that.
Doc comes back out to the car after he scopes it a little bit. And he asked Dinas, he was like, I'm going to need you to cover my back. And he was like, oh, man, I was going to ask the keys to go get a pizza.
Okay.
And he says, you remember it's a
Manual.
Just
And Dina says the sure thing, or just like
yeah, like how you just
acknowledgement of it.
Crash this man car. And I'm glad you mentioned Jade saying Club Asiatic, because I wrote down that he says once he walks into the building, he says, I'm here from Club Asiatic in San Pedro, here to pick up a package for management. And I was like, oh, that's why he knows the term Club Asiatic.
Mm-hmm.
So the receptionist calls somebody. Yeah, and passes on that message. And so he's shown to an office.
There's nobody in there. He's sitting there waiting for somebody to come in.
There is a boat and a bottle on the desk, though.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like the schooner Golden Fang.
Yes, Golden Fang.
And here we meet
Martin Short is
the aforementioned
Dr. Blatnoid.
Yep, Dr. Rudy Blatnoid. So this is where we get the reveal of there is a syndicate of dentists operating out of here that are, I mean, this comes with time, but the eventuality of this scene is revealing the syndicate of dentists that are prescribing drugs, basically giving access to drugs for people and creating an addiction, substance abuse problem.
Mm-hmm.
And then the vertical integration part being they're also referring them to the treatment and the rehab centers. So they're getting them hooked on the drugs that they're also selling them the treatment for. And it's just creating a cycle.
And also providing the physical service, your teeth, that you're also going to need from using too many drugs. Like,
yes.
They have all the bases covered. So this is what I meant when I said everybody looks down on the hippies. Because even Dr. Blatnoid is like, oh, you're one of those dirty hippies, drug-seeking hippies or whatever. And I'm like, you also snort drugs. Like, why are you looking down on him as a hippie? I thought it was strange.
Yeah, so he comes out and just openly dumps a bunch of cocaine on his desk.
Is this Pure number 4? Whatever it's called. What's it called?
No.
Oh. He does say it's Pure, though. Something like that.
He invites Doc to help himself to some, and he says, oh, well, I try not to do any dope I can't pay for.
Yeah.
And he basically tells him that it's free.
On the house?
Yeah, on the house. And then he basically goes berserk. Then the front desk receptionist, Sandra comes in, and she's like, Dr. Blatnoid, something needs your attention.
There's
in
a
the
problem
other
with
room.
the couch in your office.
Yeah.
I was like, what kind of blatant? And he unzips his pants as he's walking towards the door.
Yeah. And his pants fall down as he's crossing the room to go into his office with her, leaving Doc alone.
To do his MO and walk around these people's shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just takes his time too. There's never a rush about him.
Mm. And the drugs are still on the desk. And then we get a young girl enters the office.
Well, yeah. And also, as he's walking to see the dentist, he still's not quite sure what's going on, but he gets the flashback, or we hear Hope saying, and we also see her face, about how heroin leaches the calcium from your teeth. And he's putting 2 and 2 together that, well, getting more support for his theory he has forming in his head.
Mm-hmm. So now we meet Japonica Fenway. He says, oh, that's that Japonica, ain't it?
And Dennis came into the building with the steering wheel, so he's going to run up to where they are eventually. He's en route.
Mm-hmm.
And who is Japonica Fenway?
Do you have notes about her? She was a runaway case that Doc worked previously. He was assigned to find her by Crocker
That's what it
Fenway,
is.
her rich, well-to-do lawyer father for, I can't remember what attribution he's given, but basically she has fallen victim to this Golden Fang scheme of getting kids hooked, and she's there back, escaped from wherever she had been relegated to try to score from Dr. Blatnoid.
Yeah, the father paid a very nice bonus upon Japonica's return.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually was the first to give Doc his first paying GI gig. So as
PI.
Yeah.
GI.
I don't know why I wrote that. But yes, PI gig. Woo. So she's talking to Doc, and Dr. Blatnoid walks in, and
Mm-hmm.
she's hugging and kissing, and they kissing. I'm like, oh, he was just fucking the
Mm-hmm.
secretary in the next room.
And now Dinas comes in with the steering wheel. He's like, Dinas, what happened? He said, I don't know.
I can't drive.
I can't drive.
It's like,
I forgot
what?
I can't drive. So Japonica offers to drive them all.
Well, first Zandra also comes in. She's like, smile maintenance chick.
Oh, yeah.
So she's jealous, but yeah. Now he's like, we got to figure out a way to get back to the beach. Japonica says, I can drive you. And then Dr. Blatnoid, he was like, what if I tag along? Why? Was he just, because he's high, he's just going to chill out, relax?
Yeah. So now we know everybody here is completely zapped.
Out of their minds, yeah.
And they're all piling into the vehicle. And Japonica
Concentrating so hard to not wreck.
So they pile in. Dr. Blatnoid is stuffing something under the car seat. Dinas says to him out loud, he says, hey, what's in that bag you're stuffing under Doc's seat?
Oh, God.
And he says, oh, pay no attention to that bag. Wouldn't want to make anybody paranoid. So then they start driving, immediately get pulled over by the cops. I mean, seemingly immediately.
Dr. Blatnoid starts freaking out.
Yeah. What does he say?
I'm going to have a heart attack.
Oh, yeah.
In this mess, the cop gets out and he was like, I don't think I wrote it, but something about now a cult is considered a gathering of 3 or more.
Yeah, that's right.
Dinas is like, oh, that Charles Manson stuff. And he says, yeah, and they exhibit strange driving and what else? He names 2 other things and they all fit the bill for whatever he's saying is a cult. So he gets their IDs. But what I don't understand is why he lets them off.
Yeah, no, I think the end result is that they let him go because Doc convinces them that he can drive them away because they leave and let him take the wheel, take over for Japan.
Yeah, but there's no verbal exchange of him saying, oh, I'll drive. It's just...
The cop also seems like nervous about what he's doing. Like he's scared of them.
Okay.
Too, which was another byproduct of people being freaked out by the hippie culture.
Okay.
Like they would be like, let's go freak people out. Man, you're not familiar with this.
No, you're saying the hippies would actively try to spook
go
people
freak
out?
out the squares.
No.
Yeah, because they would be so bothered. It's such a foreign concept, anything that they did.
So now we get a shot of Doc making those stupid notes on his whiteboard that really say nothing at all besides the obvious. And the phone rings and he answers, Idiots Unlimited. Why do you think he do that? Because he's having a hard time figuring stuff out. Why would he say Idiots Unlimited?
Yeah, please.
It's funny. And it's Bigfoot. He was like, yeah, I'm having one of those nights too or something like that. But he's calling about info with Dr. Blatnoid. Apparently, he was found dead in Bel Air next to a trampoline with a fatal neck injury.
Yeah.
There were also 2 bite marks on the side of his neck. And he says, don't have any suspects aside from you. You were last seen in his company. And he explains that the car they were in was of a well-known lawyer, and I was with his daughter. Like, he's trying to say everything was on the up and up when he last saw him.
Mm-hmm.
His son is fixing him a drink as he's talking to Doc, and he's like, go to bed. And Doc overhears him. He was like, why would I go to bed? I'm working. And then he's like, I think it's time for one of our chats. And he hangs up on him. I don't know if it's this scene. It's probably later, but he's still examining the postcard, like with a magnifying glass. This is a shot glass that Shasta, the postcard that Shasta sent him, like he's still looking for clues, like he can't let go whatever's happening. So next we're at, what is this, a Chinese pancake bar? Asian pancake bar? What is this?
I mean, just an Asian restaurant. I almost said Eurasian.
A what?
That would have been racist. I was going to say Asian restaurant, but I almost said Rasian.
Oh, mixing the two words.
So this is a great exchange between them.
Yeah.
I didn't write the particulars down, but basically, did you write it down?
Well, I have some things. So he has a stack of cards. He's like, oh, what are these things?
Yeah, he says pick a card, and he's shoving one. He won't let Doc pick the one that he doesn't want him.
Right, he does it twice. He tries to pick whatever card he wants, and he doesn't let him, so he could pick out the one he obviously has out higher than the other. And the card is about Puck Beaverton. And he was saying that El Drano, who's a drug dealer.
Coy's dealer.
Yes. It looked like he died from an overdose, but it wasn't the type of drugs that he sold regularly. Puck Beaverton was in Cry's dealer's place. El Drano was killed by drugs he didn't sell. Beaverton used to work for Adrian Prussia. And Drano was a customer of Prussia's.
Mm-hmm.
But he has the cards, he calls them something. Not traffic reports. I can't remember what he calls them.
It might have been traffic reports. It might have been being like drug trafficking.
Yeah. So Bigfoot is like, what do you think about that? And Doc was like, I think you and Adrian have a history you're not telling me about. He's really perceptive when he wants to be. Mm-hmm. Bigfoot has finished most of his pancakes and he's yelling at the man in the back. Can't be real Chinese, is it? He's just saying stuff in his Chinese made up way.
Moto pancakeo! Moto pancakeo!
And the man like is coming. He was like
he's saying in English, he's like, coming.
Yeah. He's like, the pancakes aren't as good as my mother's, but what I go for here is respect.
Yeah.
And Doc was like, oh, you didn't get a lot of that from your mother, did you? And he was like, I know you think I have it good, but there's no Cielo Drive for Bigfoot. Cielo Drive, apparently, you need to have money to be up that way. That's where, what's Leo's name in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? Don't make me guess. Just tell me. Don't start with H. Fine. It's where the Charles Manson murders were. That street. Since you won't tell me his name. And he's like, no Cielo Drive for Bigfoot. Extra work is drying up. He also mentions that Dr. Blatnoy had puncture wounds on his neck. Doc asks him to get those tested. And he says, Bigfoot does, that gold is inactive. And if he wouldn't have been skipping science class to go get high or something, he would know that. Mm-hmm. And then by the time it's over, Doc comes back with, dentists don't use straight gold. They alloy it with copper. So check for that. And you would have known that if you wouldn't have skipped forensics class to
plant evidence in some poor hippie's locker or car or something like that.
He one-ups him. It was a good comeback. And Bigfoot's bitter. He's like, oh, you feel like a real cop, don't you? And that's the end of that. Next thing we know, he's in the car with Sortilege. Liege is what he calls her.
Okay.
He tells her he's going to Criscalodon, and he says it means serenity in Indian. And she says, I majored in the classics. It's not Indian, it's ancient Greek, and it means animal tooth made out of gold. Mm-hmm. And he makes a face. And I love this part. She pats him or looks at him, and she says, you're doing good, Doc. I was like, oh. She's so sweet to him.
So now we're at the Criscalodon. Institute up in Ojai. Got straight as hip.
What?
Almost looks like it's graffitied onto the building.
Straight as hip?
Straight is hip.
Straight is hip. Okay. Straight word persuasion.
Yeah. And we're introduced to Dr. Threepley.
And some other doctors. They're going to give him a tour.
Of the facility.
Doc is acting like he has a client who he's checking it out for.
Threepley, if you write it out.
Is what?
Well, it's like 3-ply. Like toilet paper,
yeah.
I guess.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
It's P-L-Y, not P-L-E-Y.
Threepley sounds like a name that you heard before.
No. It's like Dennis is penis. You know somebody named Dennis?
No.
Oh. It's a real name?
I'm sure it's just
somebody
like
in the
Dennis. Denise.
Giving them the tour. One stop is the Burke Stodger, the little movie theater setup they have, 24-hour marathon.
Burke Stodger Marathon, yeah.
And the doctor's a big fan. He's quoting the picture.
Yeah, he's saying
very intensely.
Yeah, he's saying the dialogue as it's happening in the movie. We go up to some sort of meditation circle. People are in like sitting in lotus position in a circle. Then we see someone who's not sitting that way. They're kind of sitting up on a ledge.
Yeah.
The head hanging down, chin on chest. We just see a bald head and a big long beard. And we see a tie hanging off that keeps getting rolled up to the neck and then dropped back down again. Doc fixates on that, getting closer and see that this is the Shasta tie that was missing from Mickey's closet.
Yeah. And the man who has a tie on has a big swastika
tattooed right on his face. Whenever he looks up, you can see it on his upper cheek.
He asked the doctor if
it's not tiny either. It's huge.
Entire cheek is taken up with the swastika.
Yeah, it's like a sixth of his face.
You think he's there looking after Coy, making sure Coy stays in line? What do you think?
Mickey's there.
Oh, Puck Beaverton was also his bodyguard as well. Right, because he switched with Glenn.
As Dr. Threepley asks Doc if he has any questions. He says, "Is that a swastika on that man's face?"
He says, "No, it's a symbol of ancient Hindu system. It means all is well. It brings good fortune, luck, and well-being." He said, "But I will say that's not a regular employee. Maybe you should just ignore that man."
Mm-hmm.
And as he looks up, he sees Coy.
You know that the Nazi symbol, the mirror image, really is that?
No, I did not.
Well, now you do. It really is an Indian symbol that means that, like the exact opposite.
Who picked that?
I don't know.
What do you mean? How do you turn it to make it? I guess I must not be seeing the ends of a swastika correctly because I can't picture in my mind how to invert it.
So
it doesn't matter. I'm not going to see. You know, I'm bad with
visual,
spatial. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So you can show me later. I don't care that much. I believe it. You invert it.
You got a pen right there.
Goodness gracious. So as this is going on, we do hear a voiceover from Liege and how this place is there to help the people recover from drugs. And they were like, as long as American life is something that needs to be escaped from, this place is going to stay in business. So people are taking the drugs to escape from life. And then they eventually want to get clean. And this place is here. Plus, you got to get your teeth fixed. So he's looked away from Puck's face and he catches eyes with someone and it's Coy. Mm-hmm. And Coy mouths, what the fuck?
So then they leave this place. They start walking back to kind of the main lobby area, and he's talking about this Zen garden was transplanted by some of our more
dedicated. He uses a word for them.
Yeah,
patience.
Yeah,
more dedicated,
patience,
focused.
Yeah, something.
Yeah,
basically trying to say that it was grain by grain duplicated exactly the way that it was in Kyoto, which of course is preposterous. While he's explaining that and they're walking towards the Zen garden, Doc just walks off.
No one notices.
He sees the FBI guys out in the courtyard sitting down having lunch or something. He tiptoes around all that.
Then he
and
sees
sees
Mickey.
Mickey on a patio. And we have a very intense exchange between the two of them. Yeah, because he's finding them. We're thinking we're going to get some big answers here, right? Or don't you get that feeling when he sees them and creeps up?
I agree, I guess.
And Mickey looks down at him because he's trying to keep a low profile, and he looks at him and he's like, "Hey, little hippie."
Oh, I thought you was going to say how he had to call his name more than once to get his attention because he was actually napping. But yeah, then he responds, "Hey, little hippie." He asks what he's doing there. He says they're helping me wake up from my bad hippie dream. I dreamed I gave away all my money. He was like, "Who brought you here?" He says, "My friends." He says, "Who, the FBI?" And then he doesn't answer. He's just saying, "I didn't realize shelter was supposed to be free and I've been charging for it
this whole time. I didn't know it was supposed to be free." And then Doc is like, "Mickey, where's Shasta?" And
a look washes over his face. He gets kind of sad.
Yeah, you see a lot in that look, and you realize,
You realize what?
Eric Roberts is from the old ilk of 70s. I don't know. There was a lot of dedicated craftsmen that came out of that school of acting.
Okay.
Like him and John Voight, Dustin Hoffman, Jack Nicholson, Gene Hackman. All of those guys spent portions of their career like really swinging for the fences with wild character choices and stuff like that.
Okay.
Eric Roberts, to my mind, I don't think I would have maybe held him in as high a regard as those other
I don't feel like he's as prominent, but I don't know because I don't really do that time frame movies.
But I feel like in this little scene,
you can see
bore
he's
witness
good.
to chops that I maybe hadn't seen in other movies.
I will agree with that assessment because whatever the little bit roles I have seen him in, not little bit, no role is small, but you know what I mean. It wasn't a major role. Yeah, you don't really get to see what he can do. It's just a regular ho-hum character. Yeah,
and in a lot of stuff from his younger days, he goes like
safe roles.
No, really over the top.
Does it?
Yeah. What is it? King of Greenwich Village, Pope of Greenwich Village. Him and Mickey Rourke, and there's another movie called is it The Last Train Robbery, The Great Train Robbery?
Okay.
With John Voight, and he's you would just have to see it to believe it. But it's doing like a big voice like this and talking and being almost like a Lenny from a Mice and Men, like bordering on possibly maybe a slow-minded person.
Okay.
Something like that. Anyways, yes, he does a lot in just that little bit. He says something a little dismissive. He's like, his lip is trembling. So
he's tapping on his chest when he says Shasta.
Yeah, Shasta.
Yeah. Why I keep calling her that?
I don't know. I don't know. And then Doc is like, "Mickey, where the fuck is Shasta?" And he
snaps out of it. Go away, little hippie. So then we get, this is where a time jump happens in my mind because now he's reading the paper and we can see that Mickey has built a new site called Kismet. So he didn't give up his money. He's back to his old shit.
No, this is like him being puppeted.
By Sloan?
By the powers that be.
Yes, but what can they hold on him is what I'm asking. You're going to tell me it doesn't matter. It's part of the world that we don't have access to and we don't actually need to know.
Yes.
Told you that's what you was going to say.
What was the thing? The longer I've been doing this, found people only ask questions they already know the answer to. How about that? Yeah, use the movie against you.
Please. And this fucking scene pisses me off.
So Doc is at home. He's watching Adam 12, which was a real show. And who's on it?
Is it Bert?
Bigfoot was on it. Have you ever seen an episode of Adam 12?
Never heard of it.
I heard of it, but I have no idea what it was about.
Okay, what does it look to be about?
I don't know. There were police in it. What does he say? He says,
You look adorable, Doc?
adorable. That's what he said.
That's what I heard.
Bigfoot, not Doc.
Yes, you know what I mean.
Adam 12. 2 regular police officers
Regular?
patrol Los Angeles. It was on for 7 years. I don't know any of these people. Gary Crosby was on it. The stocky framed look-alike son of singing legend Bing Crosby.
Is that what the bio says?
Mm-hmm. So this episode gets interrupted by
Shasta.
a reprisal from the beginning of the movie when he's on the
She's
couch.
wearing what Sort Liege says she would be.
Flower print bikini bottoms, Country Joe and the Fish t-shirt.
What is that?
It's a band.
Oh, okay.
You might like them.
Why?
Actually, I don't know what. I've never heard any of their songs, or if I have, I'm unaware of it. But they are a real band.
Doc asks where she's been. She says she's been up north, family stuff, and that Mickey's all over. So what? She says, "C'est la vie." He says, "Que c'est fucking sera, sera." And she's going to mention it soon, but I thought that Inherent Vice is sort of the English version to those little sayings, like whatever's going to happen is bound to happen.
Mm-hmm.
The phone rings, and it's Bigfoot saying, "I heard your girl's back in town." I think Doc says, "I haven't heard that," or "I haven't seen her," or something
News
like
to
that.
me.
Yeah, there
Something
you go.
like that.
Bigfoot asks if there's been any updates on the Prussia or Beaverton whatnots. Doc asks if he talked to the coroner. Meanwhile, Shasta's getting a beer.
This scene is one of the best examples of what I'm talking about with
About what?
being distracted by the progression of the story.
Okay.
And it appears as though Doc is completely distracted by Shasta being there.
Yes.
Shasta. You didn't even catch it.
Okay, let me just, because I've been back and forth. It's Shasta.
Shasta. Shasta Faye Hepworth.
Shasta, not Shasta.
Shasta. You're saying it like Rasta.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Shasta Faye Hepworth.
Shastafarian. I wonder, maybe it's Shasta Faye Rastafa.
Really?
Maybe.
It's a stretch.
But yes, so he's answering the call from Bigfoot. He's talking to him, and he is engaging with him and like intelligently responding to what he's saying on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
But is looking at Shasta being there, and we know a million other things are probably going through his mind. So we're as distracted as him and not paying attention really to whatever Bigfoot's saying.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of, I mean, you already understood what I meant by that.
Yeah, well,
But-
I mean, I feel like we hadn't mentioned it in a while, so.
I hadn't mentioned it in a few hours.
But just to be clear, you're saying that when it looks like he's not on the ball, he really is? Is that the one thing you're emphasizing? Or are you emphasizing that so much is going on in the scene that you can only focus on one thing? Or are you saying
Yeah, no, all
just
of it.
feels
It's
like-
just, this is a great example of it because it's
you said it of what?
of that tactic or the
Style, technique, whatever.
Yeah.
And this confuses me a little bit because after he asked Bigfoot if he got any coroner updates, he said they were pretty upset about me wanting them to do it again or something like that.
Asking for more tests.
Yes. Doc says one county supervisor with the bug up his ass is all it takes to bring you down. And something about when your own hearing comes up. And he doesn't. Is it that he doesn't get a chance to respond because the wife grabs the phone or?
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know if that's playing more into their shared history together that we're unaware of versus anything that we've witnessed happen. Okay. Or maybe that's an idle threat that he's making to approach somebody and tell them what Bigfoot has been up to, like soliciting him to more or less do unofficial police
he
business.
He hasn't done anything yet.
You know what I mean?
Yes. He's encouraging Doc to investigate in a way that he's not able to.
Yeah, but it's also a manner too of them knowing each other and pushing each other's buttons.
Okay.
So that's just him pushing back.
Okay.
And you can tell by the way he is starting to react before the wife comes in and interjects that he was getting his goat.
Okay.
So we get his wife, who's named Chastity.
Chastity means
abstaining from
sex, yes? So I'm not crazy?
I never said that you were.
Do you know what I'm talking about? What am I talking about?
Yes, you think Bigfoot's gay.
Yes, and plus what she does right here, she says, stop crying like a beat dog or something. I only ask you for one fucking night a week. Yeah. Bigfoot had something going on with his partner.
You think his partner was black and that's why he gets the chocolate-covered bananas?
Well, I was trying to look whenever there are a whole bunch of policemen around. We don't see any black policemen, right?
Vincent Delicato sounds like an Italian guy, not a black dude.
But anyway, answer my question. Whenever there are a big group of policemen, we don't ever see... Do we ever see any black cops? I can't recall. I just wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, none of them are real characters, but I'm pretty sure there was...
You think so?
More than just white guys.
Oh, you're pretty sure, huh? So she's telling... She apparently has had an earful about Doc, even though she's never met him. Because she's like, oh, Mr. Sportello.
Yeah.
You have any idea how many therapist bills you're responsible for or something?
Yeah, and this is like Bigfoot's been blaming everything
bad
that goes on Doc just because...
He can?
Operating under the idea that his wife and Doc are never going to interact. Like, I wouldn't expect, just knowing you willfully will withdraw from interacting with anybody that I work with. Like, you wouldn't willingly go into an interaction with any of them. You've had opportunities to meet people.
When?
And you've refused.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't want to cite specific examples because you probably wouldn't remember them anyways.
Okay, fine. So she starts fussing at Bigfoot and Doc goes ahead and hangs up. Shasta's naked now and she's asking what kind of girl he needs. One of those Manson chicks. Somebody who knows what you need.
She's
before
also
you even
got
ask
her
for
hair all crazy,
But, yeah.
looking like a crazy Manson hippie.
What do you mean? Did they not brush their hair or something? Why is
No, but
messed
you
up
remember
hair?
from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood how they
I don't recall
were.
their hair, honestly. But I'll take your word for it.
But would you describe them as put together?
Meticulous? Or what was the word? No.
Manicured?
Manicured, that's the word. So he says he's sorry about Mickey, and he really sounds sincere. I was like, oh. Then this is a mess. She starts reminiscing on how the relationship was. You don't have nothing to add? Is she fingering herself?
I don't know.
What's your opinion?
I mean, they don't show like her shoulder.
Right. I don't see any
working
movement, but her
around.
hand is placed between her legs. And her foot is...
Your hand is placed between your legs right now. I can't see what you're doing. I wouldn't assume that you're playing with yourself.
So you're going to act like you didn't even hear her breathe and get heavier too?
she's deliberately provoking
Yes,
Doc.
she is. Why? Why? I don't even know why she has the audacity to come back and tell him this. What is she doing?
Yes, and I have in my notes you saying out loud during the scene, "What is she doing?"
I can't wrap my head
Doc
around this.
even says, "Why are you doing this?"
Yeah, why are you telling me this? And she says, "I'm sorry, do you want me to stop?" And this is while she's doing whatever she's doing.
It erupts with him spanking her, so obviously she...
Okay, but wait. Let's just not skip over this crazy shit she was saying to him. So Mickey could make her feel invisible. That's something that her, Luz, and Sloan liked about him. He might as well have had me on a leash. He would take me downtown. He would let anybody stare at me or even touch me. If he hooked me up with his friends, I would have to do whatever he wanted. He would keep me in those micro dresses, no underwear. Just, yeah, she's breathing heavy. So.
Not even falling apart underwear?
Gotta cut that.
No.
Oh, she even says he was kind of brutal, not what you call a considerate lover. Why are you telling me this? I'm sorry, Doc. You want me to stop? If my girlfriend was the bought and sold whore and she popped up telling me this, I don't know what I do. Then she's like, I'm lying. I do know what I do. He spanks her. I don't know, 2-3 times.
Maybe that's not why they didn't stay together, because she was into
okay, it's possible.
weird submissive sub-dom open. I mean, the hippie
this is a theory. Okay.
free love idea was pervasive, but people who would subscribe to that culture would maybe be put in a position where they're like, oh, well, I don't really like this, but this is what we're all about. So maybe Doc is more of a, even though he's horn dogging his way through a lot of different parts of the movie.
Maybe he's what? Into it as well? Or one of those people who's just going along with it?
No, that he's more of a monogamous sort. Like even in the wake of Shasta, he has a part-time squeeze, Penny, but they're both keeping each other at a distance. Mm-hmm. So they're not in any sort of committed thing. He had already said, I've never seen you with the lights on. Or you never see me with the lights on.
All of that to say
that she wanted to go sow her wild oats, and she knew he would have an issue with that. And so she's basically opening a door.
All this is great. Can you read anything into why she's back?
This is like a warped attempt at reconciliation.
So after he spanks her, he takes her from behind so they fuck on the couch. What'd you say? Mashes it in?
Yeah.
What in the world? Why did you say that like that? What is wrong with you? Mashes it in.
How would you describe it?
Sticks the penis in, slides the penis in. Mashes it in.
Yeah, it's so much more poetic.
It is. Mashes sounds like something that's soft. Why would you? Okay, I can't. All right. Well, okay, never mind. We don't need to talk about sex.
What?
No.
Say it.
Well, I said who would do that, like try to put a soft penis in, but then I was like, oh, maybe by putting it in, they would get hard. This isn't important. Nothing. I don't even know what I'm talking. I don't even know. Just mashing. Don't use that word.
Who would try to mash a soft penis into their ex-girlfriend?
Yeah.
It would be a strange thing to attempt.
Yeah.
I don't think it would work.
Right. So I'm just saying you shouldn't use the word mashing.
Probably hurt yourself or somebody else.
So they fuck. She says, this doesn't mean we're back together. And Doc says, no, of course not. She's slightly smiling. There's even a tear rolling down her face. And he says, I like your necklace. And she was like, I got it up north. I went on a boat ride. He was like, a 3-hour boat ride.
3-hour tour.
There you go.
Jesus. We're watching an episode of Gilligan's Island.
She said they told me I was precious cargo that couldn't be insured because of inherent vice. He asked, what's that? She says, I don't know.
Laughingly says it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then we see them walking on the beach together, and Sword Liege has a voiceover which explains what inherent vice is. She says, in a marine insurance policy, it's anything you can't avoid. Eggs break, chocolate melts, glass shatters, and Doc wonders what that means when it applies to ex-old ladies. What does this mean? That there are just some exes you won't ever get over? Like you can't avoid them being in your life? What is that? What am I missing about this quote? I can tell it's supposed to...
I think it's just the fragility or vulnerability that
will
you
happen
experience
once you...
with having a intimate relationship with somebody,
Okay.
and that's something that won't ever dissipate. It will
Mhm.
change, but
Oh, and plus, like I said, I liken this to Que sera and C'est la vie. Okay.
yeah, implications that she's dangerous or possibly bad news.
Mm.
Precious cargo.
So next he's with Sword Liege, and he's holding the postcard still that Shasta sent him. And she asked how he's doing. And he was like, I don't know. He looks, I don't want to say torn up.
Distraught.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, distraught. She's like, well, what's gonna nag at you in the middle of the night? He says, little kids blues, which is what
Little kid blues.
which is what Coy said about his daughter. And this was in reference to her being a drug baby. Or just being sad that he's not around.
Yeah. That he's not around.
Okay. Around. Saxophone players. He was like, whatever Coy did or didn't do, it doesn't sit well with me that he won't get to see his little girl.
Hmm. Go get him, Doc.
Yeah.
So now the tempo changes and it's kicking into
That's it? What do you mean?
hero gear.
Oh, okay.
We get a newfound sense of determination in him, almost like whatever malaise had been hanging over.
When was there malaise?
Please, he always had a little bit of a. You even said that
Well,
he's
that's what I mean.
bathed
I
in
don't
the blue
see-
light, like he's sad.
Well, I don't see. I will have to go back and watch this particular part because he's
You just
going to
said he
see.
looked distraught.
Yes. Let me
Okay.
finish. You just said it was a pickup in tempo. I'm not remembering that. Like he goes to see Penny, but like I need to rewatch that part again to see if there's a change in the lighting or the music picks up or whatever you're talking about. You're talking about all that happens?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He busts into Penny's office.
Yeah.
There's a bewildered man sitting opposite her.
Again, I don't know why she makes all her lines funny. The guy in front of her desk says, "Are you in trouble?" And she looks at Doc, right? And she says, "Am I?" And I don't know why that was so funny. It was funny. Because what does he say? Oh, he's like, "Oh, I'm just coming to ask you out for dinner. I didn't mean to freak you out." Her line delivery gets me.
Yeah, and the guy looks like if he had a gun, he would have shot Doc.
You think so?
He looks like he's shitting himself.
No,
with
no.
fear. Yeah, he looks.
No.
He looks like shaking, like not upset, but he looks freaked out. By
I don't
Doc
agree with that because I don't
bursting in.
remember. In my mind, he was shocked. Like, who the fuck is this busting in? And you said fear?
Yeah, he looks freaked
Okay.
out.
I can't wait to see this again. So, you know what I mean? See who's right.
So that guy leaves, and he tells Penny he needs her to look up a jacket.
Yeah. And I'm glad she explained what that is, or one of them, when he exclaims, because I was like, "What jacket?"
Well, he says he would testify about the feds keeping Mickey Wolfman, that he saw them
With the
keeping
FBI.
them, but yeah.
Yeah. Because
And
she says,
said, "Will
"Can
you
I
let me
depone?"
depone you?"
Yeah. Like, what's that?
Me, you, and tape recorder. And then, yeah, he asks her to look up a jacket like it's going to be some big deal that she's going to have objections to.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, really? We do that all the time. He's like, you...
Look at officially sealed records. Yeah, that's when he
Yeah.
explains what a jacket is. She was like, no big deal. Grow up.
Yeah, so he's trying to see the jacket on Adrian Prussia. She gets it for him. He takes the file into a empty room. He lights up a joint and a little cigarillo to cover up the smell, presumably because he's in the courthouse.
Both of those at all.
So he's sitting there going through all this stuff and combing through the file and finding out that Adrian Prussia was essentially working as a hitman for the LAPD, doing justified killings for
he might as well have been a contract
and,
killer.
Yeah. And then lo and behold, it's revealed that he was responsible for the shooting of Vincent Indelicato, who is
Bigfoot's partner. And they ruled it as a justifiable homicide.
Sortilege is dispensing this information in voiceover,
yeah.
and she's like, Bigfoot's partner? Bigfoot's fucking partner? And this is the first change in tone and Sortilege that we've heard, really, too, of her expressing surprise at the reveal. Everything else is very, very even tone when Doc and these things kind of happen.
We see again the scene of him when he was walking into the glass house and police are walking past him. But this time he's in a different position and his hand is up through his legs like he's covering his butthole. Mm-hmm. And then we see the shot when he was arrested. What?
Or balls, too.
Okay.
Cover your delicates.
But
your hand is...
Yes, but it was way back towards the butt.
Yeah,
like he tucks and his balls was back there. That's what you're saying to me?
Unmentionables.
Also, when he's getting arrested by Bigfoot outside of Mickey's house, it's showing him in that same position. When we first saw that scene, that was not the position he was in at all.
Yes, but this could just be showing a furtherance of that same interaction.
Okay.
Because obviously in a movie, it's never showing you every bit unless it's happening in real time.
Yes. So now he pulls up on the street and it's Adrian Prussia. He's going to visit.
Yes. And I don't recall what the storefront is or what the business is.
Oh.
It's something. He's got some kind of...
Oh, does he? Maybe it's a mechanic shop?
He's not going to his house. It's like some kind of...
Okay.
Some kind of business.
Yeah.
So he goes in. He's waiting for Adrian to come in.
And is this still Sortilege giving a voiceover about how Adrian shot at him once and hit him with a baseball bat?
I don't recall, but they have a history with each other. And
but Doc also, he does mention it once out loud, but I'm pretty sure Sortilege is giving a voiceover about got shot at him one time.
And Adrian comes in and he says they're familiar with each other. He's saying, you still skip tracing? Which I remember looking that up. I don't remember what it is, though. I think it's basically like surveilling people.
Oh, I thought it was finding somebody who skipped town.
Maybe. Like a bounty hunter. It could be.
Mm-hmm. Also, I'd like to point out there is a picture of a boat that I'm going to assume is a Golden Fang.
Okay.
I can't remember what it looks like.
Red sails?
Yeah, I think. I don't know.
So he asks, I can't remember what the question. He asks Doc something, Doc responds, and then Adrian's like, wait a minute. This is bullshit.
No, he says, well, what brings you here? And Doc says, that's a good question. Then I think he says.
Yeah, well then Puck comes in. Adrian gets up and excuses himself. Puck lights a joint that is the size of my forearm. It's huge. Takes a drag off it, hands it to Doc. Doc starts puffing on it. And this is the first kind of transitional. While he's smoking, he's still talking, and you hear his voice changing as he's talking, like
starts to slur. Or
yeah, he starts getting fucked up over the course of smoking it, and then.
And what he's saying as he's saying this, actually, he's answering the question that Puck asked him, which is why you're here, and he's saying Sherlock, Vincent, and Delicado, just cases I'm working on, and yeah, as he's saying that, that's when he's slurring.
Yeah.
And he notices that he has on the same necklace as Shasta.
Yeah, a big. It's not like a shark tooth, but it's like a little
shells.
Yeah,
rocks?
pieces of shells, or it's a beach, like a surfery looking kind of necklace. It's not puka shells, but it's.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. It's big too, and he starts talking about the necklace. He's like, "Where'd you get that necklace?" He's like, "That's funny, little or big necklace on a little guy."
Yeah.
And Puck is a huge, mean-looking bulldog, fucking real-life fighter.
Oh, really?
I don't remember if he was a MMA fighter. I'm pretty sure because he's got the cauliflower ear.
What is that? I saw it, but what is that? People bite on you. What is that?
It's the cartilage in your ear gets ruptured and it swells. And there's a way surgically to get it to go back down. I don't know. It's like it gets punctured. It would happen to people in wrestling too.
Does it hurt though?
No. I mean, it hurts when it happens.
Yes.
Because it's trauma, I guess, to your cartilage. But yeah, if they do surgery on it to remove the swelling, or I don't know what it is, to repair it, and I think if I'm remembering correctly, they put a button on it.
What?
Yeah, they like sew a button to seal it wherever they do. I don't remember. I could be making that up too.
Look at you lying. So when this part happens, I still, even though he was handcuffed to a pipe or his hands above his head, I expected what's about to happen. I thought it was going to be more on the playful side.
Okay, but Puck reveals to Doc, he doesn't overtly state it, but he's saying LSD opens a door. And he's talking
acid
about,
and then PCP.
Yeah, PCP shoves you through a door and locks it behind you. Basically telling him that what he's smoking is laced with PCP.
Okay.
And we know Doc is an experienced drug user. We don't know if he
has shot everything.
We don't know about PCP. I mean, I don't know about PCP other than horrific news stories and in Training Day when
Don't spoil it. I need to rewatch that. And I can't remember. I can't remember. I remember a group of them standing around at the end. That's all I remember.
I didn't know you like to get wet.
Huh?
You like to get wet?
Is this from the movie?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's what they call it, smoking PCP. I guess you get wet. I don't know what that is either.
Okay. Maybe it makes you sweat? You don't think so?
I doubt
anyway. So
yes, now there was an adjoining room to where they were at. Now Doc is handcuffed around a pipe above his head. So his arms are up over his head. He's handcuffed and he's standing. His feet are touching the floor. He's not hanging, but
well, if he was standing straight up, his feet would be touching the floor. I feel like when we get in on him, he done start to try to climb up the pipe. So after Puck leaves them, okay.
Yes.
Please, I swear he was struggling the whole time. False memory.
He's just moving around, but
okay.
Yes. So Puck tells him more or less that he's going to overdose him.
Yeah, he mentions pure number 4 or something like that.
Yeah, pure China number 4 and your throbbing vein. And he leaves to go get that stuff. He's going to come.
But first, he kisses him on the neck, and I thought he was going to bite him.
Yeah.
So what is this he's pulling out?
As soon as he leaves, Doc kicks his feet up to by where his hands are. So he
credit card, right?
Yeah, he pulls from some little cut or some little storage compartment that he's worked into the sole of his shoe. There's a little filed piece of a credit card that has Shasta's name.
Yeah.
Now I'm saying Shasta. Fucking Shasta's name on it, and he uses that. It looks to be a deliberately
he's prepared.
Cut sliver to use as a lock.
He's absolutely prepared. We've been underestimating him, which we should know by now, but I'd still doubt him, honestly.
He picks the cuffs and frees himself, then immediately goes into the bathroom. He can hear
Puck.
Well, I don't know. Can he hear it? Either way, he's getting prepared for when Puck comes back. He grabs the lid off the cistern of the toilet.
Yeah.
It's like the big, heavy porcelain
So heavy.
lid. And then he's hiding behind the door. Then he gets up, realizing that the door opens in, and positions himself in front of where the door will open. So he'll be there ready to spring.
How long was that something apparent to you? What you just said, that you noticed he moved from behind the door because he realized
and
it got
he turns
open?
the lights off.
Did that occur to you the first time you saw it? Because I didn't realize that till you said it just now. I thought he was just nervous about what to do, so he was switching positions.
Now, strategically, it's a better position because if he tried to attack him from the door opening in, if he's hiding, he has to wait for him to come around the corner of the door. Versus if he's right there, ready to strike as soon as he opens the door, that gap opens, Puck doesn't have time to react. But again, I'm
just asking if you picked up that he deliberately moved the first time you saw the movie.
I don't think I had a conscious thought about it. I think you just
knew.
That was how I read it.
Okay. You think you'll be able to get your feet up by your head?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you think I would be able to get my feet up by my head?
No. Not anymore.
What do you mean not anymore? Like 3 years ago,
I mean, you say that your trunk's weak. Puck does finally open the door. He crowns him with the cistern lid, which just because of how much of a mean motherfucker he looks like, you are understanding when he's not immediately knocked out. A lesser person would have been killed by this strike.
Yes, I'll give you that, yeah.
If you've ever lifted the lid off the back of your toilet, that thing is heavy enough to for sure kill somebody unless they have a big fucking helmet head. Anyways, there's more struggling. Doc manages to get a hold of the syringe that Puck had ready to inject him with, and he injects Puck with it.
Do we think because they're different sizes, this won't OD Puck? He's just be real fucked up?
Even if it didn't kill him, which I doubt. He measured out a dose like, this is exactly enough to kill a
So he went
person.
over.
I'm sure there was no discernment made, just a definite lethal dose.
Okay. So what are you saying? You didn't finish the thought. So you said even if he is dead,
in
which
the
I don't...
unlikely event that it didn't kill him,
Okay.
it still would be enough to take him out of commission for
absolutely.
hours and
Absolutely.
hours.
And while this is like as soon as Doc finishes, or maybe even before he's finished stabbing him, he hears Adrian saying, Pucky, Pucky.
Mm-hmm.
And then he opens the door and...
Well, he gets gun from Puck.
Yes. Well, I'm just going to switch the orders. Anyway, so Adrian's coming through the door. Doc has the gun and he gets 3 shots off. And in Adrian's direction.
No, he's not coming through the door. He's down the stairs.
There's a door at the bottom of the stairs.
Oh,
but you're correct.
Yes. So the door that Doc is coming out of is out of the room. Yes. Outside of that room is a staircase going down.
Stairwell. Yeah.
Yes. Adrian is at the bottom of those stairs, coming through another door.
Yes.
To go up the stairs to come to where Puck and Doc are.
Right. Thank you.
In case that was unclear.
Well, yes. Sorry to people who have not seen this movie, but he explained it very well. So he gets 3 shots off and he calls out to Adrian. I thought this was so funny. Did I hit you? Like, would he let him know if he had not? I mean,
And he's also got a look on his face like he looks like a different guy.
He does, now that you mention it. But what word would you give to that look?
Yeah, he looks like a mean motherfucker too now. He looks like
I wouldn't say that. I would say...
I mean, he's also fucked up on PCP and...
I was going to say whatever will be required for him to live, he's got it in him to do it. I don't know what word sums that up. But that's the look he has to me.
Fight.
Like I can't be fucked with right now.
Yeah, he just killed a man.
Yeah.
And
Jeez.
potentially two, which, yes, we confirm once he gets down the stairs, he did
In fact,
kill
killed two.
Adrian.
What the hell is going on here?
So this, I'm not sure what this chronology is. Again, timelines are fudged. I don't know why Bigfoot is already down there, but he's already...
Do we maybe miss something he says during their conversation? We hear you're ripping off Golden Fang, and we hear...
Yeah, well, Doc is rushing over to where Bigfoot is. He's like, Bigfoot, what the fuck?
Yeah, what is going on?
And Bigfoot is like, well, I've seen you at the range. I knew you'd be good.
And I'm already in enough trouble or something with my
superior
boss.
officer, yeah.
But he's loading this cocaine.
Heroin.
Okay, wait, I have so many. Dr. Blacknoid was sniffing cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But they both in powder form?
Yeah.
Okay. He's loading heroin into his own car, the trunk of his car?
Yeah.
And then he says there's one left for evidence or something?
Yeah, and these are
They're
big,
huge.
like hay bales of heroin. They're not bricks like you see in other...
Guess they did it differently in the 70s.
Yeah, these are, I mean, the size of a case of wine or something.
Okay.
It'd take two hands to carry them.
Well, surely not, because he's only using one for a case.
And they're also wrapped in
rope or something?
Big, thick rope, too.
So he's like, get in. He doesn't explain shit.
But Doc is telling him, he's like, you're ripping off the Golden Fang. And he's like, the Golden Fang, the fully fucking weird outfit that kills people.
Yeah, he doesn't respond. He's just like, get in.
Mm-hmm. And Bigfoot explains.
What?
He's like, they impounded your car. It was parked illegally in front of Adrian Prussia.
Like, yeah, why would he still be harping on something so insignificant and it's a serious matter right now? So crazy.
So they go to the impound place. Doc is sitting out there waiting for Bigfoot to bring his car around.
He's like throwing roots of plants at him?
Yeah, he's picking stuff out of the garden bed and picking plants out of there and throwing them at Bigfoot.
So can we assume that's because he's still too weak to do anything useful?
I don't know if it's just he's not gonna attack Bigfoot or he's coming down off the PCP or he's still fucked up on it or what. But Bigfoot leaves. He gives him the keys to his car. Doc is walking over to his car and we hear Sortilege in the VO. Almost like she's talking directly to Doc. Dopers ESP, Doc. Yeah. Dopers ESP. And he looks in the trunk and finds more of those hay bales, heroin hay bales. So then we cut to him.
And she says, and you can bet that Bigfoot's putting out word that you have it.
Now we're with Doc. He's sitting in a room, sitting at a table, and he's completely surrounded by stacks of these heroin hay bales. It's hilarious.
His phone rings. The person says it's Crocker Fenway. And he's like, oh, what happened this time? Because he had just seen Japonica with Dr. Blacknoid.
Crocker explains the only reason why you're alive is because of Japonica. Mm-hmm. And he's telling him...
As in, I'm doing you a favor, not that Japonica asked for him to be okay, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So the breakdown of this is, I guess, Crocker is the lawyer for the Golden Fang.
And do you think this was happening when Bigfoot got the first case? Like, is he the reason his daughter is around this? Because he's very upset about Blacknoid when he sees.
Is Bigfoot the reason why Crocker's daughter is around this?
No,
You meant
himself.
Doc. Oh, I don't know. You said is Bigfoot the reason?
Oh, I'm so sorry. You know I'm slow.
Crocker gives him a place to meet him at, some restaurant, and Doc asks him if there's a dress code, and he says jacket and tie. So then we go to the inside of this restaurant, and we can't see the front of Doc yet. We're meeting Crocker Fenway for the first time. I don't recall. I meant to look up this actor.
Oh, you know
his name? I know him from other stuff. He's a really good actor too. I like him. But then it turns to show Doc, and he's got some like Native American bolo tie thing going on.
Wait, what is it called? A bolo tie?
Yeah. Or like,
and it's,
I don't know if it's even a bolo tie. It's like a pendant almost in front.
Yeah.
He brings up Rudy Blacknoid.
Oh yeah, he can't stand him.
And Crocker says something to him. He says, like, even a sophisticate like yourself, talking about Doc, which is, I love that line.
Oh, but it's weird. He says Blacknoid would make Japonica listen to Broadway musicals while they were having sex at the conventions. He would bring her along with him to dentist conventions.
Mm-hmm.
And Doc is like, she's of age, right? Anyway, he has a real distaste for the man. Well, he's dead now, so.
Yeah, and so then this, we'd mentioned before, he says, how much do you want?
Yeah.
Doc says, well, how much do I have to ask for you to not lose respect for me? And Crocker says, people like you lose all respect the first time they pay rent. Bringing up rent again.
That's only two. It was rent and shelter.
Yes, all of that is correlative.
Yes,
and the entire idea of real estate being the central part of the mystery.
Martin Donovan, by the way.
Okay. I would have never come up with that.
Mm-hmm.
So Doc brokers a deal of giving the drugs back in exchange for Coy.
Yeah. And something about we would need to be ensured that Coy's not going to tell any of our business. And Doc says, I personally go after him if he does. So that was enough to convince him that.
Doc says, word is bond, word is bond.
It was safe to let Coy go.
So now we're at the exchange. Doc, Dinas, and Jade are waiting.
Mm-hmm. In a station wagon?
Yeah.
No, the station wagon is what is coming to pick up the drugs. What's
Yeah.
going on here? Did somebody's wife?
Yes, this is just...
This is so insane.
This is just goofiness to bring the movie to a close. They're waiting in a mall parking lot.
How do you know some mall parking lot?
I don't know. Some sort of shopping center, some big empty parking lot. And then this woman shows up. She's standing opposite Doc while...
With her daughter, next to her daughter.
Wearing a Girl Scout uniform. While Dinas and Jade and another girl in
It's
uniform.
the son.
It's the son? Okay. A child, another child are moving all of the drugs from one vehicle to the other. They're given a manila envelope?
Credit card.
Okay.
For Coy. And he's supposed to pass along a message. I don't remember what it is.
Doc goes and picks up Coy. Coy's coming out.
Well done. Was one word, 2 words.
That was the message to deliver.
Mm-hmm. Doc is what you said?
Picking up Coy from
the
facility up in Ojai where Dr. Threepley works. Christ Skylodon.
He said Burke's, what's the name? Burke Stodger?
Burke Stodger, yeah.
Yeah, he called him personally. So he's legit free to go.
And Coy says, you're a dangerous hombre.
Yeah.
Did that remind you of anything?
No. Wait, Give me a minute to think. Dangerous hombre. Why would that remind me of anything?
One battle after another. You're a bad hombre, Bob.
Oh, okay.
When you're a bad
I'm
hombre, you
sorry.
need to take your
Please,
insulin.
let's not compare the. How many times did you see it?
What? Inherent Vice?
One battle after another.
9 times.
9 versus my. What did I go to?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry that I couldn't remember a line that he says.
Yeah, but bad hombre was a big key thing in that.
Okay, sir.
When you're a bad hombre, you need to take your insulin. He drops Coy at home. This is one of my favorite musical cues in the movie from the score.
Is Coy still sitting in the car when this
It's
starts?
when he's taking, it's while he's picking him up and driving him home.
Oh, okay.
That entire, the music in the background for that.
What's the name of the
It's
song?
called Amethyst.
Oh,
Yeah.
in real life, that's the real name of it. Or
That's the title of the track.
that's what
on
they
the
named it
soundtrack.
afterwards.
Yes.
Or before. So I don't like. I was just thought it was interesting. Before he gets out of the car to go see Hope, he says there's this old, does he say Indian saying about you saved my life, now you're responsible for it?
Mhm.
And Doc like, no, hippies made that up.
Yeah.
It's your life, live it.
Yeah.
What kind of shit is that? I saved your life, not responsible for it. I'm good.
Then we got Doc and Sancho.
Look at you, skipping over a tender moment.
Okay, go ahead.
When he goes up to the door and he hugs Hope, eventually Hope stops laughing and they're showing Doc's face in the car, listening. He gives a little smile. Look at you, skipping over important character development.
I'm surprised at you glomming onto all these tender moments of the movie.
Why?
I feel like you are characteristically unsentimental about most stuff.
Okay, see, this is one weird dichotomy about me, I think. I cannot stand anything sentimental and emotional and mushy in real life, but watching it on screen, I quite enjoy.
Okay.
Making me sound like I don't know what.
Like a
Cold, heartless.
A weak body mush heart.
Anyway, he's with Sancho.
Yeah, now they're back at the shoreline. They're walking fast. This is a cool shot. They're walking fast as their Coast Guard or patrol boats escorting the Golden Fang in to shore. He's like, who got her? DOJ. And I can't remember.
Doc says, so you can say justice was served.
Yes, yeah. Now we get...
He's back at home.
Yes.
Smoking.
Shirtless.
Yes.
He's
sitting on the floor.
Yep.
And Bigfoot kicks in his fucking door.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going on here.
He doesn't kick it in. He kicks it completely down. Off the hinges. It falls flat onto the floor.
Glass.
And then he comes walking in and stomps on it and breaks the glass.
He was like, well, I was just in my old stomping grounds. Your communication's been limited, so I thought I'd drop in. And he was like, are you trying to figure out which side of the zigzag paper is the sticky side? Is that paper to roll your blunt?
He says that about being in the old stomping ground. And he said, you've been incommunicado. And he says, well, I've been busy.
Yeah.
And then he says, trying to figure out which side of the zigzag paper.
I wasn't trying to tell the joke. Okay. I wasn't trying to tell the joke, but.
Well, you're skipping over a tender moment.
You got a real attitude problem. Okay, so what's zigzag paper? Is that what you roll the drugs with?
A zigzag paper? Yeah, it's just rolling papers.
Oh, okay.
And there's a little gummed edge that you lick like on an envelope to seal an envelope.
So this is the moment Bigfoot can let go of some of his repression. What?
Yeah, he comes in and gets real close to Doc. And he says, give it to me.
And Doc is like hesitant to pass over the blunt.
It's a joint.
What's the difference between a blunt and a joint?
A blunt is...
And blunt paper?
Yeah.
And a joint is with...
There's tobacco
Listen, this
in the
not.
wrap, it's
I
like a
don't. If
cigar.
I've done went
It's
this
like a
long without
cigar
knowing
wrap.
drug particulars, it's fine. I'm
Okay.
not. I don't need
Fine.
it. Okay, so he hits the joint.
Yes.
Does he hit it correctly? Do you know what I mean? Like he knows how to. Does he do it funny? Does he cough? He knows how to inhale, exhale. Don't look at me like that's basic knowledge. I do not know what kind of inhalation is needed for a joint.
Yeah, he does.
Does it sound like he knows what he's doing? Does it look like he knows what he's doing when he hits it? Or they don't show him? They're on Doc's face?
Would be the same as smoking a cigarette. So yes, he smokes it properly.
Oh. I
And
thought you
then
had to do something
exhales
special.
the smoke. I don't know what special thing you think.
I don't know. I don't. Okay.
You inhale it into your lungs like air. That's what he does. After he does that and exhales, then they catch each other's gaze.
Yeah,
and
it's so weird.
I'm sorry about last night.
They're speaking in unison.
Yes.
Exactly.
And
Keep going.
They say the exact same thing. I didn't write down the exact everything. I just remember that is how it starts. I'm sorry about last night. I said, wait a minute, why are you sorry?
Uh-huh.
And something, they have a full exchange, and then Doc is freaked out by this. His lips are showing. He's like, oh, and you see like a tear rolling down his cheek.
Well,
And then Bigfoot.
no, hold on. You messed that up. After Bigfoot eats the weed, that's when we see Doc teary-eyed.
Okay.
I love this line too.
Bigfoot takes the remainder of the joint and eats it,
Mm-hmm.
grabs Doc's tray that he uses for rolling his joints, and tips
It has a bunch of
up.
weed on it, right?
Yeah, a bunch of broken up weed. He tips it back and just starts chomping it like a cartoon character tipping a tray back and all the food going into his mouth. And then he's just chewing it all with his cheeks chubbed out and his mouth completely full. And Doc says, are you okay, brother? And Bigfoot says, I'm not your brother. And he says, no, but you sure could use a keeper.
I love this little. Oh, it was sweet.
And then Bigfoot clomps out, stepping on the broken down door again.
We hear Shasta's voice talking about the day with the Ouija board, and tonight feels the same way.
Mm-hmm. Now they appear to be in the cab of
Just
a
us
vehicle.
together. Almost like being underwater.
And there's no road noise or anything. The only...
It's just like they exist.
Yes.
Just them. Just like how it was when he was walking her out to the car at the beginning. Couldn't hear anything.
Mm-hmm. And the shot is in close where you can't even see the steering wheel. It's just the way that they're situated.
Yeah.
Looks like they're inside of a car.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't really know.
Well, what else could it be?
But then at the end of the shot, as the music...
Well, wait.
Okay, go ahead.
They mentioned something about sword liege.
She says, yeah, do you ever think about that day with the Ouija board and this and that? And Doc is like, I just thought it was sort of liege setting us up. You know, it was her Ouija board.
Yeah, and Shasta says, she knows things. Like maybe stuff about us that we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
He says, this doesn't mean we're back together.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, no, of course not. And then her smile sort of fades. And yeah, I love how their faces just fill up the entire frame. And what were you about to point out? Because I think I had a question about this as they're driving, or whatever we consider driving.
Yes, right at the end, the last shot is like headlights hitting the rear view mirror and reflecting onto Doc's face.
Yeah.
And he looks like, gives a glance, like it's the world intruding on their
Oh, that's your
privacy
interpretation.
again. And it's also like the resurgence of that paranoia again.
Okay, that's what I was
Yes.
thinking, paranoia.
And then the music kicks in, because also the music
Yeah.
is pitching in a weird... We didn't talk specifically about the score very much, but it has a lot of very...
You mentioned it once.
I know, but I just meant specifically about like what sort of... it's got these kind of uneasy, lingering like.
Well, I don't know about all that, but
like,
the one time I took issue with it, I think it's the second time. Whenever he's talking to Penny on the bench, it's super loud. It's louder than them, and I was like, "Ugh, what is going on?"
But like right here, there's also these many moments where there are like these sustained string notes that keep going on, where it's like anxiety inducing, basically, and that's what is going on during the scene. And it's reaching that fever pitch whenever the light is reflecting off of the rearview mirror and hitting Doc in the face.
Yeah, and you hear the words, right? You heard the lyrics to the song that was playing.
Yeah, I was singing them.
Say it. Sing it again. I'm sorry.
Any day now.
Yeah, what's the rest? It's important.
You pick up.
I'm not going to sing it, but it's any day now. I will hear you say goodbye, my love. So I was like, oh no.
And you'll be on your way.
So this is the first one where I don't instantly know what I'm going to give it. Because, this is the first one where I feel like even though I'm not like, wow, because there's so much I know I still didn't pick up on, like I dying to watch it again, which makes you think I would consider the movie good, but do I? Oh, this is such a weird way to feel about a movie.
Well, you were about to give The Longest Goodnight a decent, and then you thought of one thing that bothered you right before you gave your final rating, and you knocked it down to regular.
Well,
so.
It was good. That one was, I should have said good. It was good. I did say good, and then I was waffled. Anyway, back to this one, buddy. Oh, so this is the Brittany Scale for anybody who's new here. Mm-hmm. You want to, why you never want to introduce the Brittany Scale?
It's more fun when you do it.
So the Brittany Scale is a rating system that we have based on words that Brendan has noticed.
You commonly use.
Yes, there you go. I didn't want to say something. You know how you get, I didn't say that. From bad to good.
These are words that you use to evaluate everything.
See, there you go. Okay, so the scale starting from the bottom. Bad, okay, regular, decent, and good. Oh, this is really leaning on, I think I'm giving this a decent. I can't believe I'm saying this. As in, when I first saw it, I wanted to give it a bad. And after the second watching, I'm now to a decent. That's impressive.
It's a big jump.
Okay, decent. I can't believe it. I'm shocked.
Yeah. It's probably a foregone conclusion that I'm giving it a good.
Yeah. How many times do you think you've seen this?
Probably 14 or 15
really?
times.
You tried to get me to watch it for a long time, even before we started the podcast. And I was like, this does not sound interesting.
I had mentioned it before, but I wasn't insistent.
I don't mean like pressuring.
Yeah.
You always think I mean it in stuff in a bad way. Please.
I probably didn't even enter it into the arena until after you
after what?
Loved The Big Lebowski, which is a movie that I would have thought you would have reviled.
I did. I'm saying I knew it wasn't for me before I even saw it. All I did was, I don't know if it was a screenplay book, but by Sid Field, but it
had a scene from there in it, or an example.
Yeah, it's just the way he was talking about. He was the milk when he was buying milk at the beginning. Okay, it was just a description of that scene or something. It's either this book or Robert McKee's story. I can't remember, but just from that description, they called him a bum or something. Mm-hmm. They were implying that he was a bum. I was like, I don't want to see this. Sounds ridiculous, but it's so good.
And then we went to see it. They did a Roger Deakins was doing some mini film festival in St. Pete.
Yeah.
And that was one of the movies that they screened.
I couldn't stop
you
laughing.
Were probably the only person in the audience who had never seen it before.
Yeah, I felt like I was laughing by myself.
You absolutely were not laughing by yourself, but you were definitely laughing
I was louder.
harder than
That's what I
anybody
mean.
else.
I didn't mean it.
And I had never seen it in a
Literally.
theatrical presentation before, so I mean that always enhances the experience too.
Okay.
But yes, in the wake of that, I thought maybe there was a chance that you would actually love the movie.
Anything we didn't touch on that you
I don't
feel
know. I feel like we went
compelled?
did a pretty deep dive. I would mark it as my favorite in
So far?
Paul Thomas Anderson's catalog, like of all of the movies
Oh,
that he's done.
really? Okay.
Like I love One Battle After Another, but Inherent
Yeah.
Vice is more.
More what?
It's more airtight to me. I think I already discussed.
No,
this with
we
you.
did not discuss. Why didn't we discuss this
Yes, we did.
movie?
Inherent
Did we-
Vice, or
One battle after another.
yes, we did.
We didn't record it though, is what I'm saying.
No.
Like this was just us talking in the car.
Yeah,
Okay.
that there are just little improvisational moments.
Oh,
mostly
yeah, I
with-
do remember you
yeah,
saying
we
that.
did speak to that.
Yeah. Okay.
Just little. It's very
Minor stuff.
very minor things that are easy to shrug off, but yeah.
If you have to choose between the two, that's enough to push it below this one.
Yeah. This Inherent Vice is just, I don't know, infinitely rewatchable. Every aspect of it. There are some, after repeated viewings of One Battle After Another,
Yeah.
it is solid through and through.
But you get to a point where you've seen it enough. That
No, it's just some of the jokes.
they're not as funny the second time around.
They're a lot jokier, like all the Christmas Adventure stuff. The first time seeing it, the first time they said Christmas Adventure, you tried to calm me down because I was laughing so loudly at it.
Okay. So why are these,
Jokes,
and
though.
you're saying these jokes always work? What are you saying in relation to jokes?
The humor within Inherent Vice, I feel like even if you're not laughing at it, it's still pleasant.
Yes. Okay. Any awards or anything that you know of?
You won't care, but I thought it was a curious thing. This movie
Oh, it got nominated.
for Best Screenplay.
Best Adapted Screenplay and Best Achievement in Costume Design.
Oh, nice. Good.
Okay. I would appreciate knowing what.
No, I said you won't appreciate it.
Appreciate what?
That this movie came out within 2 weeks of Interstellar, which will also be featured this month.
Yes.
When that happened, I was like, I can't believe
So what? That was the
two
best year?
movies that I had such a strong, that they came out in such quick succession like that. Because when movies like that are usually few and far between.
You mean ones that you absolutely love?
Yeah, ones that you just get absorbed by and
Okay.
obsessed with.
Well, look at you.
Yeah, lucky me. Unfortunately, Inherent Vice was a huge commercial flop, and it was only in theaters for less than 2 weeks.
Less than 2 weeks?
Yeah, I mean,
In 2014?
it didn't make any money.
Wow.
Like I said, inaccessible, and your initial reaction was hatred for it.
Well, I don't know how this happened, but you do know, or maybe you're gonna yell at me and say, yes, I did. Did I
Don't
read
yell
the
at you.
synopsis before we started playing this movie?
Oh, I don't think you did.
I always read the synopsis. It helps you see how much it just helps me to know what to prepare for. And I think because I didn't do it with this, I didn't know what I was getting.
You were out to see like the Golden Fang.
Oh my gosh, I just thought about that. I didn't read the synopsis for this beforehand.
Yeah,
And
you didn't read the synopsis. I didn't tell you to not take notes.
And Brendan, is there anything we watch ever on TV, movies, anywhere? Like I have to read a
this
synopsis
is
before I see
requisite.
it.
I mean, do we watch it with captions on?
Yeah. And then even when we see the trailer first, sometimes I need to look up. I'm like, I don't know what that was about. I still have to look up the synopsis.
Yeah,
But that's not often, but still.
you hate trailers that don't expressly tell
Yeah.
you what the plot of the movie is.
No,
or
okay, don't make it sound like that.
Anything that is what somebody would consider like an artsy preview that is just showing like the cool imagery from the movie and people that are in it, but doesn't tell you anything of what's going on.
Yes, okay.
You hate trailers like
Can't-
that.
I can't.
They don't tell you anything of what it's about. And even one that did reveal some of what's going on, like Marty Supreme, your takeaway was a ping pong man who lives a dangerous life.
But I wasn't wrong.
Yes, but that is a strange way of summarizing that movie.
It's accurate. It's accurate. Dang, how weird is that if that's what caused the hate for it the first time around? Because when I watched it the second time, I pulled up the synopsis and I read it. I was like, oh, that is what it's about.
What did it say? Do you remember? In 7 words or less.
No. Something about a pothead investigator, whatever, a complex case, and it involves his missing girlfriend. Anyway, it really left no question about what it was about. And if I would have had that frame of mind.
Well, even in some film criticisms and write-ups on it that I've read, and some of them are like, well, yeah, the story's not the point, and the story doesn't matter. It's a vibe movie, like a hangout movie. I'm like, no, it's actually like a really well thought out and well plotted.
Oh, for this movie?
Yeah, for Inherent Vice.
Oh, but
yeah,
you can appreciate that it can be that for...
It could be interpreted
Yeah.
both ways, yeah. You could just lose yourself in what's happening in the immediacy of the moment, or you can feel the full arc of it.
I had a peek at the screenplay, and it's a lot of stuff that we didn't see. I kind of want to read it to see what other movie there could have been.
To see what stuff was
Yeah,
cut out.
I did. The page I did flip to, it had Tyreek and Clancy hunching in Doc's office.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, then all three of them hung out after. It was, I don't know what's going on there. It's a lot of stuff.
In other things that we've seen Catherine Waterston, and she bothered you.
I've only seen her in Slow Horses, right?
I feel like you're like, I don't like her.
I don't know, but she was cutie here. Yeah.
She was in Fackham Hall.
Yes, she was. She kind of bothered me in there too. Next week on Black and White Movie Night, we will be watching The Fall from 2006 with Lee Pace. Oh, I'm black.
I'm white. You're wrong, and I'm right.
Black and white.